World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4601, Legend of Fate. Seeing these 11 gods and sages approaching the enemy, each one was murderous, but with a little fear, he couldn't help but laugh. "Don't worry, I'm not your lord, I can't do things like taking advantage of others." Chuangdao sage smiled, stroked his long beard slowly, and said, "I'm here to discuss something with him." The sage Yishan, who had just left the inner gate of the hall, is back soon. "Yishan kid, long time no see. See you, did you just use the Tianpan? I said you, why are you always spying on the secrets, you will die quickly like this." Chuangdao sage laughed. "Old stuff, what are you doing?" Shengxian Yishan said coldly, "Are you going to take advantage of my weakness?" "How is that possible? To tell the truth, I am now in a period of weakness. I fight you, and the result will be a loss for both sides, and then let the Sage of Heavenly Punishment pick up the bargain." The Sage of Chuangdao laughed and said, "The Sage of Heavenly Punishment, keep following. Find a chance to start with me." When the Sage Yishan learned that the Sage of Punishment was nearby, his face became even more ugly, and he almost couldn't help but yelled. It can be seen that he, who is weak now, is also very afraid of God's punishment sages. Don't be afraid, the Heavenly Punishment Sage will not attack you. If he attacks you, then I will hide by the side, waiting for you to lose, and it is me who picks up the cheapest." Chuangdao sage laughed. "Then what are you coming to talk about with me? What can we talk about?" Shengxian Yishan said coldly. "I want to ask, what did you use to ask the question?" Chuangdao sage laughed. "Why should I tell you?" Sage Yishan snorted, "You know, the cost of using the Tianpan pan is very high, otherwise I won't be what I am now. So, why should I tell you? I know you are very curious about Chen Shang." Chuangdao sage smiled. "And I happen to know Chen Shang. Do you know him?" Sage Yishan frowned. "Then tell me, what is going on with him?" "You tell me first, what do you need to ask the sky to ask?" Chuangdao sage said. "You speak first, I'll speak again." The Sage Yishan stood up suddenly and said, "If you are not sincere, then we won't talk about it. Chen Shang has a fate." Chuangdao sage smiled, and then continued, "He has the fate of the proud universe." After hearing this, the Sage Yishan shook his whole body, and then contracted his pupils, looked at the creation sage, and said, "Why is this? He doesn't look like a man of fate. It's your turn, have you asked where Chen Shang is by asking the Sky Pan?" Chuangdao sage also guessed that Yishan sage was looking for Chen Shang. "He fell into the forest in the south," said the Sage Yishan. "Farewell." The Chuangdao sage also suddenly disappeared. "Damn old man," the Sage Yishan roared immediately. The 11 guards did not dare to speak, because they were also frightened by the aura of the creation sages just now. The creative sages are very powerful, even in the weak period, the pressure is so strong that they feel very uncomfortable. "Master, what is the fate of the universe?" Sword God Guard asked. "I don't know, I only know that if you have the cosmic fate, you can know more about other heavens." The Sage Yishan shook his head and said, "The Heavenly Mother Sage also has the cosmic fate. But her cosmic fate is deprived. He was hidden in the holy desolation of Heavenly Mother." Sage Chuangdao, the old man, must know something. Sword God Guard said, looking at his appearance, "Is it going to rush to the southern forest?" "I don't know, maybe it is. You have to get ahead of him," said the Sage Yishan. "Go, you immediately follow me to the inner region of Zhongshengzhou, I want to visit those old monsters." After the Chuangdao sage left, he immediately rushed to the treasure city of magical medicine. He only recently left the customs, and then he learned a lot of news, many of which were about the magical medicine Baocheng and Shenshang. The sage of Chuangdao soon came outside the magical medicine treasure city, and he used a special way to make Kalian perceive it. Knowing that the sages of Chuangdao had arrived, Kalian hurriedly went to the gate and opened the barrier to let the sages of Chuangdao come in. She took the creation sages to the highest tree cave in the Chaos Dragon Tree. After seeing it, the Chuangdao sage said, "What a good place, what a good tree." At this moment, Kalian has also changed into Tianmu personality. "Senior, don't come here unharmed," Kalian said. "It's more comfortable to communicate with your personality, that little girl is a bit fierce." Chuangdao sage laughed. "Senior, did you come here this time, is there something very important? I wanted to contact you before, but I didn't get a response." Kalian said. "Things are very important, Chen Shang went to the southern fallen forest." Chuangdao Shengxian sighed, I blamed me on retreating before, or I would definitely stop him. What happened before and after this incident? Why do you want it? Let him go to a place like Southern Fallen Forest. I don't know what happened to the Southern Fallen Forest. He disappeared suddenly, mainly to help me withstand the curse. Kalian then talked about the recent major events in the magical medicine Baochang. Many details are unknown to the creator of God. In the process of listening, Chuangdao God Lord sighed repeatedly. This kid, the speed of growth is really terrible. Everything about him is completely unpredictable. No wonder the sage Yishin will have a big somersault. The sage Yishin shook his head and said, maybe, he happened to go to the South Falling Forest now. It should be God's will. Senior, what is going on in the Southern Falling Forest? Why don't you want him to go now? Kalian asked. Your Heavenly Mother Heart Palace, Heavenly Mother Yuanxin, and Heavenly Mother Universe Fate are all in the Southern Fallen Forest, said the Chuangdao sage. Kalian suddenly became excited. But why can't Chen Shang go? Because Chen Shang is also a person with a cosmic fate. In other words, if you want to save your fate, you need to sacrifice his fate. Chuangdao sage said. The reason why I don't want him to go now, but I haven't found a better way to save your life, lest he go into chaos and then put himself in. What? This also has a cosmic fate, but he didn't tell me. I will pay for it. Kalian did not continue. Because the person who was very close to Shen Shang before was the personality of Leonor, although the personality of her mother was a bystander, it was not substituted. You have a leg with him. Chuangdao sage saw something and said with a smile. Senior, what are you talking about? Kalian snorted, speaking of business, what are we going to do now? I'm going to take you into the Southern Fallen Forest. Chuangdao sage said, because that is where your fate is located. After you enter, you can perceive where your fate is, and we can before Shen Zhang's fate is in. Find him and stop him from messing around. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4602, The Way to Solve the Spell. Of course Kalian wanted to go to the Southern Fallen Forest to find Chen Shang, and then find her cosmic fate by the way. However, she couldn't let go of this magical medicine treasure city. You know, Shen Shang took a lot of effort to defend the treasure city of the magical medicine, and there have been waves of siege before it, and Li Minqing and the others have also worked very hard to protect the city. Now that it has just stabilized, Kalian doesn't want to leave like this, because Yi Tianshu is still here, and it is very likely that Yi Tian Shengxian will attack the city again. You can't let go of this city. Chuangdao sage also saw through Kalian's mind and said, don't worry, Yishin sage won't come. Why? Yi Tianshu is here, she is a stand-in for the sage Yishin to transfer the power of the spell, will the sage Yishin come again? Kalian said. Girl, you don't know anything. The method of transferring spells like Yishin sage can only transfer a small part. Chuangdao sage said with a smile, even if he catches Yishinshu, he will still have to endure it in the end. Part of the power of the spell, how can the spell be so easy to escape? What? Kalian was stunned. She really thought that the sage Yishin had escaped the power of the spell many times over the years with this method. Only a little bit can be transferred to make him less uncomfortable. The spells of our four great sages are all different. The spell of the sages of Yishin is a kind of pain, so as long as you can transfer a little bit of pain, let him said it will be more comfortable. Chuangdao sage said. Then he wants to catch Xiaoshu here even more. Kalian shook her head and said, so I can't go. This city is very important to Chen Shang. I tell the sage Yishin, Chen Shang has a life. The sage of Chuangdao stroked his long beard and laughed. Sage Yishin is now preparing to go to the Southern Fallen Forest, so you don't have to worry about him coming to this city. Why is he going to the Southern Fallen Forest? He went to the universe's fate. Kalian asked. Yes, because you get the cosmic fate, you can get rid of the curse. Chuangdao sage said. The reason why you are deprived of the cosmic fate is not because you want to curse you. Kalian was stunned. Both the sages of Yishin and Chuangdao knew that the sage of punishment should have known that day, but she, the sage of the Heavenly Mother who once possessed the fate of the universe, did not know this. You decide as soon as possible, said the sage of Chuangdao. We have to find Chen Shang quickly. The sooner we find him, the better. Senior, you also need the cosmic fate, don't you? Kalian thought about it carefully, and said with some caution, the cosmic fate can get rid of the curse, are you looking at Chen Shang and my cosmic fate? Girl, I do need the cosmic fate. Chuangdao sage smiled indifferently, but I won't use this method. For so many years, I have found another way to obtain the cosmic fate without robbing others. And the cosmic fate that has been snatched, the ghost knows whether it can be integrated into the soul sea. Which way? Kalian must be wary of this, because it is a matter of Chen Zhang's lifestyle. She now has no cosmic fate. If she leads the creative sage to find Chen Shang, and then causes Chen Zhang's cosmic fate to be robbed, it will be her responsibility. I don't know how far the relationship between you and Chen Shang has developed. But you should know that his alchemy is very powerful, right? Chuangdao sage said. Not bad. Kalian nodded. I believe that he will definitely be able to refine the cosmic destiny through alchemy. And it is still a cosmic destiny that is easy to merge, so that the curse can be lifted. Chuangdao sage said. You have to know where we are now. The Aoshi cosmos was created by the burst of a pill that the kid had dizzily refined. He really did it. He doesn't seem to be sure about it himself. Kalian had heard Chen Shang say before, but at that time she thought that creative sages were secretly helping. I just made a little effort secretly, said the Chuangdao sage. In short, I look at him very well, and he seems to be regaining control of the universe now. Why is this universe so special? It hasn't been affected. Now that the universe Shanghai has suffered catastrophe, multiple universes have been destroyed, and this proud universe can survive. Kalian said. I don't know, just find Chen Shang first. This kid's cosmic destiny is very important. If he loses his cosmic destiny, he won't be able to develop the cosmic destiny. Chuangdao sage said. Chen Shang is very strong now. Even if he faces a sage Yishan, he will not be caught if he can't beat him. Kalian said, we shouldn't worry too much. That's wrong. What is the place in the southern fallen forest? That is the sealed land. What do you think can suppress your cosmic fate? There are also Tianmu Heart Palace and Tianmu Yuanxin, which are also very strong. Yes, they are all suppressed in the southern fallen forest, said the Chuangdao sage. Okay, I'll go with you. Kalian said, give me an hour, I have to explain what's going on here. Okay, I walk around and study this tree by the way. The seed of this tree should have been made by that kid Chen Shang. Chuangdao sage laughed, and then flew out of the tree hole. Kalian immediately contacted Yuan Zillion through the talisman, and informed her of the arrival of the founder of the Taoist sage, as well as the matter of Shen Zhang's fate. The first time Yu Zillion heard of Ming Jie, she agreed to immediately enter the southern fallen forest to find Chen Shang. Moreover, she and Shinru will soon be able to come to the magical medicine treasure city, so there is no need to worry about the safety of this place. Kalian knew that Zillion was coming soon, and was relieved a lot, so she went to find Yi Tianshu and the palace master Tianmu, as well as Li Minqing, and confessed some things to them. Finally, Kalian reassured and left the magical medicine treasure city with the creative sages, and headed to the southern fallen forest. Chen Shang had been flying in the southern falling forest alone for several days. This ghost place seemed to be boundless, and he couldn't see where the end was no matter how he flew. And no matter how long it takes to fly, the ground is always gray with big trees, and the ground is also gray. Damn it, Chen Shang could only stop and land on the ground. He hadn't seen any creatures in these days, and the 6 divine mirrors hadn't detected any soul fluctuations. Brother, I feel that we are in a very large illusion. Sister Xiaojing said. So we are trapped in the illusion and can't get out. I have this feeling too, but I can't perceive the power of the formation at all. Chen Shang has always felt that it might be a phantom formation. Wait for me to practice well. When I can use the Aoshi universe map, maybe I can just break out of the formation. Sister Xiaojing said. Brother, don't worry, take a good rest. Chen Shang leaned against a big tree and also took out some food. Now he can only wait patiently for the progress of the 6 magic mirrors. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4603. Archer in the Woods. He thought that Chen Shang could wait for the breakthrough of the 6 magic mirrors at a leisurely pace, but he soon realized that this ghost place had begun to move. What's the matter? Chen Shang stood up immediately, he was not in the mood to eat anymore. What's the matter? What's the matter? Sister Xiaojing asked quickly. Is anyone here? This is a good thing. No, Chen Shang said solemnly. Sister Jing, there seems to be some trap in this place. As soon as his voice fell, an arrow shot over. He didn't have time to dodge. At best, his body instinctively released an energy shield, but the arrow pierced the shield and pierced his chest. The most frightening thing is that this golden arrow is extremely hot and contains energy inside. Damn it! Chen Shang decisively pulled out the sword, because there were several barbs on the arrow, and when it was pulled out, it brought out a bunch of meat. He immediately threw the arrow away. Boom! The arrow really exploded, and it was so powerful that it directly blasted hundreds of giant trees around. Chen Shang was also shocked by the violent explosion waves. Brother, are you okay? Sister Xiaojing was also very surprised. After all, with Chen Zhang's current strength, she was even calculated to succeed, indicating that the other party's methods were brilliant. Small things, it's not a big problem. Chen Shang hurriedly used the power of the life element to recover from his injury and then became invisible. In order to help Kalian reshape his body, he digs out his own flesh and bones to refine, and he has survived the pain, so for him, the damage caused by this arrow is not great. Did someone attack you? Sister Xiaojing asked. I'm still not sure. The arrow shot by that guy has a strong concealment ability. I only felt it after coming near me, but it was too late. Chen Shang is now invisible, concealing his soul fluctuations and all his auras, which also means that he himself cannot release a strong sense of consciousness to investigate, otherwise he will be discovered by the other party. I don't know what kind of guy the other party is. Little Mirror said, if the 6 divine mirrors practice well, you can go to him directly. The current 6 magic mirrors are still in the stage of breakthrough in cultivation, so they cannot be used. Otherwise, with the defense of the 6 magic mirrors, it is enough to block the arrow just now. As a very powerful marksman, Chen Shang said, this kind of guy keeps a certain distance from me, hits me in the distance, and runs away after the fight. Chen Shang couldn't perceive the other party's breath, he could only see the dynamics of the surrounding environment through his mind and eyes, to pay attention to the invisible energy aura fluctuations. In this way, he found some clues. Over there, that guy should be far away, I hope I can catch up. Chen Shang could see the trajectory of the arrow flying through his mind, and then quickly followed the trajectory. The arrow was so powerful just now, although it was already hidden well, when it flew over, the energy of the heavens and the earth would fluctuate somewhat. Using his mind and eyes, Chen Shang could see that there was a very fine silk trail between the energy of the heaven and the earth, which was shot by the arrow just now. Even if he used the mind and eyes, if he didn't look carefully, he would not be able to find the trajectory of this silky hair. The energy of that arrow is so strong, but when it shoots over, it can be so silent, even Chen Shang admires it a little. Brother, is that guy very strong? Why did he shoot arrows at you? Sister Xiaojing asked. Not sure how strong the opponent is. The main thing is that arrow, which uses special materials and contains a lot of energy, so when it explodes, it will have that kind of power. Chen Shang followed the trajectory of the arrow and came to a big tree. There were no footprints on all sides, and the energy of the sky and the earth on the tree fluttered chaotically, indicating that someone had stayed here. Someone was aiming at Chen Shang and shooting arrows on this tree before. There are no footprints, it should fly away. Chen Shang also soared into the air. Through his mind and eyes, he quickly saw the subtle traces of the energy of the heavens and the earth, confirming that the other party flew away. He followed the flight path and flew into the air. When the opponent was flying, although he was already hiding well and there was no aura left behind, Chen Zhang's clear eyes were very high, and he could see the energy and aura of heaven and earth. Heaven and earth energy are many faint particles, which are usually invisible. After Chen Shang uses Xinmingyan, he can see the translucent golden mist all around, that is the heaven and earth energy field. If someone passes through this heaven and earth energy field, it will leave traces, so Chen Shang can see clearly in the air. Especially at high altitudes, the energy of heaven and earth is stronger, which means that the traces left behind are more obvious. I am afraid that Chen Zhang's heart can be seen clearly, so when others practice the concealment technique, they will not consider this level at all. His speed is not fast. Not long after Chen Shang flew, he saw a figure in front of him. Brother, I sense that my soul fluctuates. Sister Xiaojing said. Well, I saw that guy too. Chen Shang said. It didn't take long for Chen Shang to see the other party's appearance, which shocked him, because the other party was just a few years old girl. How is she a little girl? Will she be an old guy reincarnated? Sister Xiaojing was also surprised. I don't know, I will follow her to see. Chen Zhang's recovery speed is very fast, he has already recovered while on the road. This little girl with a pair of ponytail hair has a round face and dark skin. She grabbed a blue bow that was as tall as her. She was also wearing blue clothes, and the shoes on her feet were also made of blue straw and rattan. Her expression looked a little panicked, as if she was running away. Chen Shang also saw that the girl had just given him an arrow. It seemed that there was no malice, because when he looked at this little girl with his heart and eyes, the other party was not that kind of wicked person. He intends to follow her to see, he is also very happy to find someone here. Suddenly, the girl stopped flying and immediately fell straight from the air. Chen Shang also hurriedly followed whereabouts. The girl fell on a big tree and began to be vigilant. Chen Shang quietly stared at her on a big tree next to the girl. The girl lay on the tree, took out a bow and arrow to hit it, then pulled the bowstring, and started aiming in one direction. Chen Shang also looked over and found that the girl was aiming at a dark shadow under a big tree in the distance. He took a closer look, and it seemed to be a person. That person had a swarthy skin. When he took a closer look, he found that the person was still a little different, his forehead was slightly raised, and the raised area was faintly black. "Smelly girl, I finally caught you." Suddenly a voice came, and only a dark shadow fell. World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4604, Dark Ash Forest. Not only was the girl frightened, but even Chen Shang was frightened. You know, Chen Shang is very vigilant now, but he didn't notice the person who appeared suddenly. This person also had a raised forehead, braving black air, and appeared to be a relatively thin young man. The moment he fell from the air, he stepped on that girl. The girl let out a scream and was stepped on to vomit blood, but it also shows that her body is still very strong. She was still alive if she was kicked so hard, but she was seriously injured. Protruding people, you will definitely be destroyed. You killed me today, and you can't stop your destiny from being destroyed at all. The girl looked in pain and shouted. While she was speaking, she sprayed several mouthfuls of blood, because the protruding person also increased the strength to step on it. I grabbed her, I grabbed her. The man with a grin screamed and shouted, "Ha ha ha, we have something delicious tonight, everyone, hurry up." Although Chen Shang was shot by the girl from a distance, he didn't blame the girl when he figured out the ins and outs. After all, in this forest, the girl regarded him as a bulging person. At this moment, Chen Shang was very close to the man with the forehead, and he could feel the violent and evil aura in him. Especially when he heard that he wanted to eat people, Chen Shang also knew that if he didn't do anything, the girl would die. Chen Shang flew over quietly, his concealment technique was still very clever, and he had all come behind the protruding man without being noticed. The bulging man was yelling at this moment. Seeing his appearance, it seemed to be a great thing to catch this girl. He was so excited that he was not alert at all. The girl got down from the tree and stepped on the ground. She was seriously injured and didn't even have the strength to struggle. At this moment, she could only stare at those round eyes as wide as possible, staring at the protruding man with hatred eyes, as if she was going to curse the other person through her eyes. Chen Shang used his mind and eyes to closely observe the protruding man, and found that the opponent's body was very strong, and there was a stream of energy flowing in the flesh and bones. In this way, the body of this protruding person is not only very strong, maybe there is still a very powerful force that will burst out. The invisible Chen Shang stood behind the protruding man. He took a deep breath, ran the 6 elements strong enough, and then immediately called out the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Sword, and slashed it across the protruding man's neck with great force. Boom! With a loud noise, the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Sword fell on the neck of the protruding man, as if it had been chopped on a very sturdy object, and it also bounced back with a strong shock, which made Chen Shanghu's mouth hurt. Fortunately, Shen Zhang's power is also strong enough to fly the opponent far away. He really didn't expect that the neck of the man with the forehead was so stiff that it could block the powerful slash of the Qinglong Tumo sword. After Chen Shang shot the man with the convex forehead into the air, without saying anything, he directly picked up the seriously injured little girl, and then rushed into the air to get away from here at the fastest speed. Chasing me, killing me. I want to catch them. After Chen Shang flew into the air, he heard an angry scream from the protruding man. Chen Shang flew for a day without speaking, and the little girl didn't speak on the road either. Because both of them are tacitly silent, once they speak, they will leave some traces and be traced by the other party. If there is not enough safety, Chen Shang will not relax his vigilance. He thought he had entered a phantom forest before, but now it doesn't seem to be the case. At night, Chen Shang slowly landed on a big tree. When he was flying in the air, he always looked for those with complicated roots and many tree holes in the roots. In this way, he can get in, and carefully dig a hole down from the root of the tree, so that he can hide under the deep ground. He tossed into the middle of the night, finally dug a spacious stone chamber deep underground before stopping. When the girl was working in Shenshong, she closed her eyes and rested. She also knew that she could only believe in Shenshong now. If the other party really wanted to kill her, she would definitely not be able to live. Little girl, eating this, it should do a little bit for you. Shenshong took out a fragrant pill and handed it to the girl's mouth. What is this? Is it Dan? The girl opened her eyes wide and looked at the Dan in Chen Zhang's hand in amazement. Yes, Shenshong smiled. I refined it, specially used to heal wounds, maybe it will be useful to you. But you don't seem to be an alchemist at all. The girl's haggard face showed a slight smile, and then she reached out her hand to take the pill, sniffed it with her cute little nose, and then ate it. Although her body was seriously injured, her mental state was always very good. Brother, you look a little familiar. I seem to. I had aimed at you before and shot you an arrow. The girl looked at Shenshong carefully, and said with some guilty conscience. Yeah, if it weren't for you to give me an arrow, you might be dead. Shenshong smiled and said, I was angry with you when I shot an arrow, and then I followed the clues to follow you. Until I found out that you were attacked. It's my fault. I thought you were a high-level bulging person, and in this forest, most of them are bulging people, and there are very few others. The girl was also very sorry, and said sincerely, Little brother, I'm sorry, I will definitely compensate you in the future. And I will also repay your life-saving grace. What the ***** is this forest? Shenshong touched the girl's little face and smiled. You are taking good care of yourself now, and also talk to me by the way. I entered this place by mistake and have always wanted to understand this place. Condition. This is South Falling Forest. Little brother, before you came in, didn't you know where this was? The girl was a little surprised. Fell into the forest south. Of course Shenshong had heard of it, but he didn't expect that Sister Xiao Jing could take him across such a long distance at once and directly enter the Southern Fallen Forest. This is the Black Ash Forest in the Southern Fallen Forest, so it's all gray here. The girl said, the Black Ash Forest is the territory of the protruding people. I'm here to kill the protruding people. Why did you come to kill the bulging people? Shenshong asked. I'm here to take revenge. The bulging man killed my brother. The girl's eyes were suddenly red. She was badly injured and didn't cry, but now she talks about her brother but wants to cry. Little sister, how old are you? You don't look like how old you are at all. Shenshong quickly changed the subject. I'm 10 years old. My family grows relatively slowly. For example, although I am 10 years old now, I look only 4 or 5 years old. I want to grow up to be your age, at least 40 or 50 years old. The girl said. My name is Shenshong, let's make friends. Shenshong smiled. What's your name? He was very surprised in his heart. The 10-year-old girl in front of him was so terrifying in strength. If he was thrown to Dongxuanzhou, the elders of the 5 forces might not be her opponents. He couldn't help wondering, what is hidden in this southern fallen forest? Such a powerful ethnic group was born. World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4605, Self-Curse. I'm Yu Xiaosao. The girl stretched out her hand to shake hands with Shenshong, and smiled sweetly. If we are like this, wouldn't it be like making friends? Yes, we are friends now. Shenshong shook hands with Yu Xiaosao and said with a smile. Yu Xiaosao is finally a little girl innocent now, you know, she assassinated the protruding person before, just like an old killer. By the way, Sister Xiaosao, what's the matter with those people with protruding foreheads? Why are their bodies so strong? My knife is very sharp, but they keep cutting off their heads. Shenshong has always been puzzled by this. This is the most powerful thing about the bulging people. This ability is inherent to them. It is said that this is their bloodline that makes them so powerful. Yu Xiaosao finished speaking, took out a golden bow and arrow, and handed it to Shenshong. Shenshong took a look and said, this is the same as the arrow that hit me before. It has a strong penetrating power. Can this kind of arrow pierce a person with a convex forehead? Well, this kind of arrow can break through the defenses of the bulging people. Yu Xiaosao said, Brother Shen, although your sword is very powerful, you can't break the bulging people's defenses. Hit them. It needs special means. Strange, why is this? I don't think their strength is particularly strong. It's just that their bodies are too strong. Shenshong touched his chin and looked at the golden arrow in his hand. He only felt a familiar and strange feeling. He couldn't remember what kind of familiar feeling it was for a while. I heard someone in the clan say that the bulging people used a very powerful curse to make themselves incredibly powerful. Yu Xiaosao said. Their ancestors cursed their own clan, and the content of the curse was to let them the children and grandchildren of the whole family were indestructible. Later the curse was fulfilled, but it also came at a price. What's the price? Chen Shang agreed with this statement. He had seen the power of curses. The 4 great sages have all been cursed, and that should be the same power as the curse. The price is that their lifespan will not be too long. Yu Xiaosao said. Each of them will not live to be 50 years old. Ah, is there a large number of protruding people? Chen Shang was a little surprised. The lifespan of a man who raised his head was only 50 years, which can be said to be very short in today's proud universe. A lot, they are very capable. And they grow very fast, completely opposite to us. Yu Xiaosao said. I am 10 years old, and my body looks like a girl who is a few years old. And they are 5 years old. When I was 10 years old, he was a young and middle-aged man. Are they cursing themselves, or others cursing them? Chen Shang asked. When they curse themselves, do they know what the price is? I heard from the elders in the clan that they cursed themselves because they got a chance to curse by chance. Then the patriarch of the protruding people had a whim and used it on themselves. They were also cursing their entire clan. Later, I realized that this was a price. Yu Xiaosao recalled the conversation of the elders in the clan. Who gave you this kind of arrow? Chen Shang returned the golden arrow to Yu Xiaosao, and then asked. It was the grandfather of the clan who helped me do it. Yu Xiaosao said. After the sacrifice, there will be a certain amount of power to break the curse. If you touch the body of the protruding person, you can break the curse for a short time, and then pierce them. Explosion in the body. Chen Shang secretly suspected that the ethnic group Yu Xiaosao was in should also be cursed. She is 10 years old now, but her body is 5 years old. This kind of feeling, Chen Shang had experienced before, always kept him in a juvenile body, which made him unable to grow up. This is indeed a curse power. Chen Shang even guessed that the ancestors of Yu Xiaosao's clan might have hoped that their clan could live forever, and then he asked them a curse of immortality. Sister Xiaosao, I have a guess, it's about your clan. Chen Shang said, do you want to discuss it with me? Ah, of course you can. Yu Xiaosao nodded quickly. She knew that Chen Shang was a strong man, so she also wanted to know how Chen Shang treated them. Chen Shang said his guess. After hearing this, Yu Xiaosao fell into contemplation, looking a little sad. Sister Xiaosao, I'm sorry, this is just my crazy thinking. Chen Shang scratched his head and smiled. Don't care too much. Brother Shen, your guess is correct. Do you know what race we are called? Yu Xiaosao bit his lip. Although she is very young, she is very sensible and smart. Otherwise, she would not be so young, so she would come out to fight the protruding people, so she also has her own judgment. What race? Chen Shang asked. We are called the Lost Soul race. Yu Xiaosao said in melancholy. We can indeed live forever, but when we are over 50, we will gradually lose our memory. After 50 years of age, will you lose your memory? Chen Shang was taken aback when he heard it. Even if it was immortality, it didn't make much sense. Well, generally, when you are 70 years old, you will completely lose your memory. The whole person looks like there is no soul, so we are called the Lost Soul race. Yu Xiaosao said. And, the legend, as long as the forehead is raised if people eat us, they can live beyond 50. And if we eat people with protruding heads, they will not lose their memory after 50. There is still this kind of thing. Chen Shang suddenly felt that both races were cursed. Then have you ever eaten a man with a convex forehead? Chen Shang asked. I haven't eaten it. We always kept the bottom line. However, the bulging people have eaten many of our people. Yu Xiaosao said sadly. My brother was eaten by them. Chen Shang suddenly felt that in this southern fallen forest, there might be the source of the curse power. If he finds it, maybe even the forgetting fate curse on himself can be lifted. Sister Xiaosao, don't be sad. When you get better, take me to your clan to see. Chen Shang said, I feel that you have been teased by that cursing power. After all, it is a curse. We want to take advantage of the curse. It is impossible. Yu Xiaosao shook his head. Anyway, we have all confessed our fate. There is still a way. Chen Shang said, maybe, as long as we find the source of the curse power, maybe we can help you get rid of the curse. Chen Shang really felt so. He felt that the curse power might be related to the mystery of the curse on the 4 great sages. Well, Brother Shen, when I recover, I will take you back. Yu Xiaoxiao nodded. World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4606, Lost Souls. Chen Shang had guessed before that Shui Shenxian and the others might have entered the southern fallen forest. They should know where the Tianmu Heart Palace is, so they have a clear goal. Therefore, he thinks that Tianmu Heart Palace and Tianmu Yuanxin are likely to be in the South Falling Forest, but the South Falling Forest is very big, and it is not easy to find them. Xiaoxiao, have you met other people coming in from outside in these days when you have been in the Southern Fallen Forest? Chen Shang asked. I have encountered it. Speaking of this, Yu Xiaoxiao was suddenly excited, and quickly said excitedly, I have met many very beautiful big sisters. They passed by our village and asked us a lot of things. Chen Zhang's heart was suddenly ecstatic. Shui Shenxian and the others were also falling into the forest in the south. What did they ask? Chen Shang asked. Do you know where they all went afterwards? I don't know. Yu Xiaoxiao's cute little face was suddenly full of melancholy and regret, and said, I should have pestered them and let them take me away. I love being with them. Why? Chen Shang asked. Because they came in from the outside, and they are very powerful, and they can also do alchemy. I will definitely learn a lot by following them. Yu Xiaoxiao said with a look of yearning, and then sighed. I don't know when they will be able to do so. Meet them again. They are very strong. Where is the specific performance? Shen Shang asked. When they came, they killed a lot of bulging people along the way. Yu Xiaoxiao danced a pair of pink fists, and said, I also saw with my own eyes that they beat the bulging people so hard, it's too powerful. Quote. Is that so? Chen Shang was also very surprised. Logically speaking, his breakthrough speed was already very fast. But Shui Shenxian and the others didn't seem to be slow, they were able to hit the protruding people in the ground. They seem to be looking for something. They have been in the southern fallen forest for a long time. They came from other dangerous places all the way to the Black Ash Forest. Yu Xiaoxiao said, there is also a young lady among them. Tell me about them a lot. That's something. That young lady is beautiful, cute, and very gentle. I like her very much. Do you know her name? Chen Shang asked. I know, her name is Dongfang Jing. Sister Jing is good. Yu Xiaoxiao muttered, if I had been bolder, I would be able to follow them. Chen Shang also recalled Dongfang Jing, a silly and innocent girl. Her aunt was Dongfang Xinyue, who was also a fascinating fairy. Brother Shen, do you know those big sisters? Yu Xiaoxiao's eyes suddenly lit up, a little excited. If Brother Shen knows them, then you can take me to find them. I know, I'm quite familiar. Chen Shang smiled softly, then touched Yu Xiaoxiao's little head. I don't know where they are now. Brother Shen, it's hard to get out when you come in the South Falling Forest. Are you coming in to find them? Are they something you care about very much? Yu Xiaoxiao asked. People are big. Chen Shang laughed. Yes, they are all people I care about. Brother Shen, maybe the Patriarch knows where they have gone. Yu Xiaoxiao said. They sent some very precious pills to the Patriarch. The Patriarch must have told them something. It seems that I have to ask your Patriarch too. Chen Shang nodded and said, your injury is not healed, so let's not hurry. Brother Shen, go now. Yu Xiaoxiao said, take me back. No, your injury is still too serious. Chen Shang shook his head, patted her little cheek lightly, and smiled, your internal organs are torn. It's now being repaired. You need to take a good rest. He also had to admire the strength of Yu Xiaoxiao's body. He was stomped on the foot with the power of the protruding forehead. It was only the internal organs that were damaged, and it could be repaired quickly now. Brother Shen, my parents are dead, and my brother is dead too. I am helpless in the village. I don't want to stay in the village, I want to follow you everywhere. Yu Xiaoxiao said flatly, you don't leave me, okay. The people in the village are not treating you badly. Chen Shang asked. They are very good to me and take good care of me. But, they don't want me to be strong. Yu Xiaoxiao was very wronged, shook his head and said, my family was killed by the convex people, they were worried. When I grow up, I will go for revenge and die, so I won't teach me spiritual practice. Really? Chen Shang suddenly felt that something was wrong, touching his chin, thinking, and asked, Xiaoxiao, let me ask abruptly, under what circumstances were your parents and brothers killed by the protruding person? Yes, how can you be sure that they were killed by a bulging man? Because, when they were out, they met and fought with the bulging people. Yu Xiaoxiao said, it was the survivor who came back and said. Survivor. Chen Shang felt that something was wrong more and more, and said, do your parents and your brother have the ability to fight? No, our family is farming. Yu Xiaoxiao shook his head and said, my skills are learned quietly since I was a child. Why did they leave the village and go to dangerous places? Chen Shang only felt weird, and continued to ask, like your village, do many people die every year? Who are most of them? Some people die every year, and most of them are farmers like us. Yu Xiaoxiao shook his head and said, my parents and my brother went out mainly to dig the soil, because some soil is more suitable for planting medicinal materials. Did they just run out to dig the soil like this? Is there no one to protect it? Chen Shang asked. Yes, in the village, the soldiers in the clan will follow to protect them. Yu Xiaoxiao scratched his head and said, Brother Shen, why are you asking this? Chen Shang didn't say directly, he had already begun to suspect that the death of Yu Xiaoxiao's family might have been secretly caused by someone. Their soulless tribe can extend the life of the bulging people, and the bulging people can keep the soulless people from losing their memory after they are 50 years old. What if the Lost Soul clan secretly makes a deal with the convex person? If you want to conduct secret transactions, then it must be Yu Xiaoxiao's father and mother who has no power and power to be sent for the transaction. Yu Xiaoxiao is a woman, her family is not allowed to practice, she is not allowed to become strong in revenge, it is most likely to make her a tool for reproduction. Chen Shang shuddered when he thought of this. If it was true, it would have been a big blow to Yu Xiaoxiao. Chen Shang suddenly thought that the patriarch of the Lost Soul race would show Shui Shenxian and the others a very dangerous way. Thinking of this, Chen Shang is even more worried. Xiaoxiao, are you sure, your patriarch and elders in the clan have lost their memory after 50? Chen Shang asked. I rarely see them. Yu Xiaoxiao shook her head, and she couldn't be too sure. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4607, Big Village. With Yu Xiaoxiao's status and identity, it is true that you cannot often see the elders in the clan. Xiaoxiao, have you met people in your clan who have amnesia? For example, your grandparents. Or your grandmother and grandfather, they should have lost their memory at all ages, or have they lost their memory completely, right? Chen Shang asked. When the soul-lost race reaches the age of 50, their memory begins to decline, and then at the age of 70 or 80, they lose their memory completely. I haven't seen them, my parents said that they were killed by the protruding people when they were out digging. Yu Xiaoxiao shook his head. Chen Shang thought of a cruel possibility. In the village of the lost souls, the men with low status will be sent out when they are about the same age, and then eaten by the protruding people. The elders of the lost soul race can also get some protruding people to prolong their memory decline. And women will be left in the village, hidden, and dedicated to giving birth. When Chen Shang thought of this, he took a deep breath. He hoped that this was just his random thoughts, not true. Brother Shen, you asked so much. Are you suspecting something? Yu Xiaoxiao also suddenly felt that something was wrong. Although she is still young, she is also very smart, otherwise she would not dare to go out alone to kill the protruding people. Moreover, she has learned the skills of fighting since she was a child, which shows that she is a very talented child. I'm not sure for the time being. Chen Shang thought, touching his chin, and then asked, Xiaoxiao, is your village big? Are there any taboos in the village? It's quite big. Forbidden place. I haven't heard of it. Yu Xiaoxiao shook his head and said, the patriarch's villa is very big, but it is difficult to get in. I once wanted to sneak in, but I couldn't find it. A suitable entrance to dive in. Xiaoxiao, there should be a lot of people in your village too. Chen Shang said again. Well, there are indeed many. For example, around us, there will be some new neighbors from time to time, they are very young, I heard that they have no fathers and mothers since childhood. Yu Xiaoxiao said. This further confirms Chen Zhang's guess. In the patriarch's villa, there must have been many soul-lost tribesmen, and those with good aptitude were left behind. Those with poor aptitude will be arranged to remote places, and then after they have grown up almost, after they have children, they will arrange the men to go out to dig the soil, and then secretly make deals with the protruding people. Chen Shang felt that Yu Xiaoxiao's mother might still be alive. Xiaoxiao, when did your parents die? Chen Shang said, is it long from now? Soon. Yu Xiaoxiao thought for a while, and said, in short, 2 or 3 months ago. Maybe, your mother-in-law is still alive. Chen Shang sighed, I will take you to find her as soon as possible. Big brother Shen, why do you say that? But, they told me that auntie are dead, and older brothers. They all died miserably, with no bones left. Yu Xiaoxiao's eyes started to red again. Are they lying to me? Chen Shang quickly comforted her and said, Xiaoxiao, you must be strong. Some things are very dark. You promised Brother Shen that no matter what truth you face next, Brother Shen will be by your side. Quote. Well, thank you Brother Shen. Yu Xiaoxiao wiped away tears and nodded. Next, Chen Shang discussed with Sister Xiaojing. Sister Xiaojing also thinks that the elders of the Lost Souls race are very suspicious, and it is very likely that they are really doing unconscionable activities in secret. She also felt that Yu Xiaoxiao was very pitiful, and hoped that Chen Shang could take her away from this ghost place and get rid of the curse of amnesia. Afterwards, Chen Shang and Yu Xiaoxiao talked about some things to learn as much as possible about the Lost Soul Village. The scale of Lost Souls Village is bigger than Chen Shang imagined. There are as many as 1 million people. He had heard Yu Xiaoxiao talk about their village. He really thought it was just a small village. Knowing the scale of the Lost Souls Village, Chen Shang felt even more that the elders of the Lost Souls race were more likely to do such things. Because such a large place and so many people have so many people, it is more convenient for them to secretly attack those with low status. Also, after Yu Xiaoxiao's parents and brother died, she was picked up and taken to a place closer to the center. According to Yu Xiaoxiao, in the center of Lost Soul Village, there are high-status people living there, and these people with low status are usually not allowed to enter. Chen Shang suddenly felt that it was not just the clan elders who traded with the Yuan people. In the village, those high-status people might have participated in that kind of activity. After all, no one would have thought that they would have amnesia after the age of 50. If they don't have amnesia, then it is equivalent to being immortal and being youthful. Faced with such a large interest temptation, those powerful figures are very likely to do detrimental things. 2 days later, Yu Xiaoxiao's injury recovered. Chen Shang estimated that it would take at least 7 or 8 days, but he did not expect to fully recover in only 2 days. This shows that the body's resilience of the Lost Souls is very strong. Chen Shang took Yu Xiaoxiao to fly to Lost Soul Village. Yu Xiaoxiao can't fly. After all, she hasn't practiced much before, and she doesn't know how to use the 6 vital powers in her body. Although she hasn't undergone cultivation or anything, her 6 paths cultivation base is not low. The Soul Dao cultivation base and the Heaven Dao cultivation base each have 100 steps. This shocked Chen Shang. It seemed that she was born with it. Her bow and arrow were left to her by her parents, and they were specially used to kill protruding people. In Lost Soul Village, this kind of bow and arrow can be bought, and they need to exchange for the medicinal materials they planted. Yu Xiaoxiao didn't have a storage bag, but she knew there was such a thing. When Chen Shang rescued her before, she put her bow and arrow away. So she was very envious of Chen Zhang's storage artifact, and Chen Shang also gave her a very beautiful little bracelet. It was a storage artifact with a lot of space, which made the little girl so happy. During the 2 days that Yu Xiaoxiao was recovering from her injuries, Chen Shang also guided her to practice. In the middle of the night, Chen Shang brought Yu Xiaoxiao to the outside of Lost Souls Village. They were flying high in the sky, and they could see a brightly lit and prosperous city ahead, which was not like a village at all. Brother, let's land. If you fly in, you will be shot down. Yu Xiaoxiao said in a low voice. We will go in through the gate honestly, as long as we register with them. Need not. Chen Shang used the invisibility technique to directly bring Yu Xiaoxiao into hiding, and then flew into the Lost Soul Village. Yu Xiaoxiao was panicked at first, but seeing that after Chen Shang flew in with her, she did not attract the attention of the archers on the wall, so she was relieved a lot. Then she pointed the way and took Chen Shang to the big mountain villa where the patriarch was located. Chen Shang wants to figure out the situation in Lost Soul Village, and then find a way to find out where Shui Shenxian and the others are going. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4608, Black Armor and Sword Guard. Brother Shen, the Patriarch are very strong. Can't you beat them? If you are caught and you can't beat them again, we will be in trouble. Yu Xiaoxiao suddenly thought of this. She was taken by Chen Shang to fly over the Patriarch's villa, suddenly a little worried, thinking about the consequences if she was caught. Chen Zhang's strength is very strong, but there are a lot of people here, the Patriarch and other clan elders. If they all shoot, it is very likely that they will be arrested. Don't worry, I won't let them discover me. Chen Shang is not afraid, because even if he is discovered, he can run away immediately. They are now above the Patriarch's big mountain villa. There is no enchantment here, so he easily landed in a small forest in the mountain villa. Although the village of lost souls is brightly lit at night, this villa is still very quiet, and there are not too many lights. Brother, you are so amazing. Yu Xiaoxiao communicated with Shen Xiang with his spiritual knowledge, which Chen Xiang taught her not long ago. I thought of many ways before, but I didn't succeed in coming in. You came in all of a sudden. Xiaoxiao, I want a little bit of your blood. Chen Xiang used spiritual knowledge to say, are you afraid of pain? Not afraid. Yu Xiaoxiao rolled up his sleeves, showing his wrists. Chen Xiang had just noticed the surroundings, there was no one outside this small forest, so he also safely retracted the invisibility technique. He took out a small needle, pierced Yu Xiaoxiao's finger, and pricked out a drop of blood. Then he dripped this drop of blood into the 6 magic mirrors. He wants to find Yu Xiaoxiao's mother through the peculiar ability of the 6 magic mirrors. Through Yu Xiaoxiao's drop of blood, one can perceive the location of nearby people who are related to her. The 6 magic mirrors will intensify the drop of blood and release a peculiar fluctuation. If you perceive someone with a similar blood relationship, the drop of blood will react. Brother, what do you want my blood for? Yu Xiaoxiao asked. Is this blood enough? Enough for the time being. Chen Xiang smiled and said, go, we must be more careful next, don't be found. Chen Xiang patted his shoulder and made Yu Xiaoxiao jump up. He wanted to explore this patriarch's villa with Yu Xiaoxiao on his back. In this way, Chen Xiang carried Yu Xiaoxiao on his back and walked around this villa with 6 magic mirrors. It takes a certain distance to perceive the location of her mother through that drop of blood, so Chen Xiang needs to expand the scope and stay in as many areas of this villa as possible. 2 hours later, the 6 magic mirrors suddenly reacted. Over there, Sister Xiaojing immediately pointed out a direction. After Chen Xiang looked over there, he found several low mountains, and then quickly walked over. Seeing Chen Xiang speeding up, Yu Xiaoxiao also knew what Chen Xiang had discovered. Yu Xiaoxiao herself is a person who knows how to hide, but she now finds that Chen Xiang is more powerful than her, especially this invisibility technique, which makes her very envious. Chen Xiang also promised to teach her, which made her look forward to it. Brother, what did you find? Yu Xiaoxiao asked. I'm not sure yet, I'll go over and take a look first. Chen Xiang released the demon shadow soul, letting its soul fly over to explore. He also didn't tell Yu Xiaoxiao that he might find her mother, mainly because he was worried that he would find the body of Yu Xiaoxiao's mother by then. So he will not say for the time being. If there are really only corpses left, then he does not plan to tell her about it, lest she will be even more sad. After the demon shadow soul flew over, he soon discovered that there were caves in those few low mountains. However, the cave has a very powerful door, and the few large low mountains are also sealed by the barrier. Its soul cannot pass through, nor can it enter the door. The demon shadow spirit did not dare to try other things, lest it disturb the people here. Chen Xiang collected the demon shadow soul into the 6 god mirrors, and then asked Little Mirror's sister to reconfirm the location of Yu Xiaoxiao's mother. Soon, he determined that Yu Xiaoxiao's mother was in one of the largest low mountains based on the location given by his sister Xiaojing. There are people patrolling the surrounding mountains, but the Angxin people are not particularly vigilant, and they all look a little lazy. After Chen Xiang approached, he found that there was indeed an enchantment, but this did not bother him. After taking a picture with the 6 gods mirror, he silently opened a hole and went in through the wall. Before long, he came to a passage. The passage is very spacious, and there are still people guarding the passage. Yu Xiaoxiao was lying on Shen Zhang's back. She was panicked to death. She hurriedly communicated to Chen Xiang and said, brother, these people are amazing. They are wearing black armor with golden knives on their waists. They are the strongest black armor and golden sword guard under the patriarch. There are more than 20 in total here. Chen Xiang also said in a voice transmission, but they can't find us. Behind the stealth, Chen Xiang, carrying Yu Xiaoxiao on his back, walked carefully on the passage. The black armored sword guards did not find them. The black armored golden sword guards do seem to be very strong, but they are all meditating in place now, seeming to be cultivating. For them, no accidents have happened for many years, so they all relax their vigilance and seize the time to cultivate. After passing through this passage, Chen Xiang came to a very spacious lobby with many doors on all 4 walls. At this moment, there are many beds in the lobby. Very young children, about 2 or 3 years old, are lying on the beds. They are all sleeping now. Chen Shang once again checked the direction of Yu Xiaoxiao's mother through the 6 magic mirrors, and then walked towards a wall. The door on the wall he went to was special. There are heavy black doors in this row of doors, there are dozens of doors in total, and the other walls are all wooden doors. There are locks on this row of black doors, and there are several symbols on the doors. The door also has a small opening, which should be used to deliver food inside. Chen Shang knelt down and yelled softly into the little mouth, "Excuse me, do you know Yu Xiaoxiao?" Soon, Chen Shang heard the sound of chains coming from inside, and the people inside were locked in shackles. "Who are you?" There was a low and hoarse female voice inside. "I'm here to save you," Chen Shang said in a low voice. "How is Xiaoxiao now?" The woman seemed surprised, and waited for a long time before answering. "She's fine." Chen Shang didn't say that Xiaoxiao was on his back, he was worried that the woman inside would be agitated. And Yu Xiaoxiao was very excited now, she recognized that voice was her mother's. She couldn't believe it, her mother was really alive. Although she is very excited, she can remain calm because she knows very well that she must be quiet in this place. Chen Shang had told her before that her mother might still be alive. She thought that Chen Shang was only trying to comfort her. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4609, Secret of Lost Soul. Yu Xiaoxiao's mother is also very vigilant at the moment and does not completely believe in Chen Shang. She whispered, "Do you really know Xiaoxiao? Are you planning to use Xiaoxiao to blackmail me? The security is tight here, but you can come in." "It's impossible." She thought about it carefully, and felt that someone could come to rescue her, it was simply a fantasy. It seemed to her that it was like the enemy deliberately used means to force her to submit. Yu Xiaoxiao also heard what her mother said, and under Shen Zhang's motion, she whispered, "Anyang, I am Xiaoxiao. Brother Shen really came to save you. I thought you were dead before." Yu Xiaoxiao was very excited, and she resisted crying. "Auntie Fang, I will rescue you now," Chen Shang asked in a low voice. Then I paid attention to the next surrounding areas. In this lobby, there are some children who are fast asleep, and their voices are very small, so they will not be heard. Yu Xiaoxiao also told Chen Shang that her mother's name was Fang Qing. Although Yu Xiaoxiao spoke, Fang Qing was still very vigilant. She was very excited in her heart, but she quickly calmed down. "Xiaoxiao, Anyang is okay. How did you and this brother get in? He couldn't get in so easily." Fang Qing still doubted Chen Shang. She suspected that Chen Shang was from the patriarch's side, and deliberately used Yu Xiaoxiao to gain her trust. Chen Shang wondered, why is Fang Qing so cautious? What the **** did the patriarch of the lost soul race want to force her to do? "Anyang, I secretly ran out of the city to kill the bulge. Later, I was severely injured by the bulge. This brother saved me." Yu Xiaoxiao said in a low voice. She was also very anxious now, but she didn't expect that her old lady didn't trust Chen Shang. Afterwards, Yu Xiaoxiao also simply said that he had met Chen Shang and that he had injured Chen Shang by mistake. Chen Shang could also understand Fang Qing. After all, she wanted to figure out the situation because she was very concerned about Yu Xiaoxiao being deceived. After Fang Qing listened, she also believed in Chen Shang. "Let's go. You can't save me." Fang Qing sighed, "Little brother, take good care of the grass. I beg you, this kindness, I can only pay you back in my next life. Why can't I save it?" Chen Shang whispered, "Auntie Fang, I will get you out now. As long as this door is opened, it will cause a lot of movement, and they will come in immediately." Fang Qing shook her head and said, "There are so many children here. If fighting breaks out here, they will be injured." "It's easy," Chen Shang said, "I plan to save all the people here, not just here, but the children from these mountains, all have to be saved." This, Fang Qing couldn't believe it. Chen Shang used 6 magic mirrors to illuminate the door, and quickly found out what was going on, mainly the talisman pasted on it. The 6 divine mirrors blasted a beam of light, which easily invalidated the talisman, and silently made no sound. Chen Shang opened the door gently, only to see a woman inside wearing white clothes with many bloodstains all over her body. Her face was marked by long whiplashes. Her hands and feet were bloody, locked by black shackles. "Anyang." Yu Xiaoxiao gritted her teeth and yelled, tears almost falling. She tried to keep herself calm. Seeing her mother hurt so badly made her feel like a knife. Chen Shang quickly took out 2 pills and put them to Fang Qing's mouth. Fang Qing looks quite mature, but not particularly young. She is about 30 years old. Although her appearance is ordinary, she can tell from her eyes that she is a very determined woman and definitely not an ordinary farmer. Peasant woman, she has a certain fighting capacity. According to Yu Xiaoxiao, the appearance of the people of the Lost Soul race will be more than twice as young as their actual age. For example, Yu Xiaoxiao looks like a 5-year-old child, but in fact she is already 10 years old. Fang Qing seems to be in her 30s, so her actual age should be 60 to 70 years old. However, the Lost Souls tribe began to lose their memory one after another when they were 50 years old, and completely lost their memory when they were 70 or 80 years old. Fang Qing in front of her, she didn't seem to have lost her memory. Chen Shang easily untied the black shackles, which was incredible in Fang Qing's view. Because it is very difficult to open that door or unlock the shackles, but Chen Shang can do it easily. Little brother, can you really save everyone here? Fang Qing couldn't believe it. It should be done. The premise is that the people here are trustworthy. Chen Shang said. Aunt Fang, what the **** is going on with you? They didn't kill you, but wanted to learn something from you. It's a long story. In short, they just want to force me to tell the secret. It's the secret that prevents the lost souls from losing their memories. Fang Qing said. You don't lose your memory if you eat bulge people, don't you? Chen Shang asked. If you eat too much, you will become a bulge. After becoming a bulge, you will have to eat a lot of the lost soul to extend your life. If you eat too much, you will become a lost soul. Fang Qing shook her head and said, the curse of our two races is so terrible. Chen Shang was stunned. The lost soul race and the Grow people were so deeply related. Little brother, there are many of my companions here. Fang Qing whispered. Can you rescue them first? Okay. Chen Shang nodded, then used the 6 magic mirrors to open the other thick black iron doors. The people inside are also women. From the outside, they are all 40 to 50 years old. They are actually at least 80 or 90 years old, and they should have completely amnesia. Chen Shang suddenly felt that this lost soul clan still had many secrets hidden. Fang Qing and the middle-aged women in front of him should have united secretly to fight against the patriarch. Moreover, they will not lose their memory. The middle-aged women rescued later, none of them were severely tortured. In addition to them, there are many young women in the other wooden doors. They are arrested and are responsible for raising the children here. Chen Shang asked Sister Little Mirror to open up a large space inside the 6 gods mirror, which was specially used for them to live in temporarily, and then put them and the young children in it. Yu Xiaoxiao was also inside and met his mother. Chen Shang suddenly felt that Yu Xiaoxiao was not Fang Qing's biological daughter, it was very likely that Fang Qing had adopted it. Next, Chen Shang got into several other low mountains one after another, rescued all the women and children arrested inside, and temporarily put them into the 6 magic mirrors. Anyang, my brother is a friend of the big sisters. Yu Xiaoxiao suddenly said to the other side. He entered the southern falling forest from outside, just to find the big sisters. Big sister, Sister Lu and the others. Fang Qing, in the 6 mirrors, asked Chen Shang quickly. Yeah, have you met Sister Munger? Chen Shang was a little surprised and asked, do you know where they went? They are going to the most dangerous place in the southern falling forest. Little brother, you must stop them quickly. That place is very dangerous. Even if they are very powerful, they will be more ill-fortuned after entering. Fang Qing seemed to be very good at it. Worried about Lu Munger and the others. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4610, Spell Solution. When Chen Shang heard Fang Qing's words, he was really worried about Shui Shenxian and the others. What made him somewhat puzzled was that since Lu Munger and the others had been in contact with Fang Qing, why didn't they help Fang Qing in the first place? Or is it that after Lu Munger and the others left, many things happened in this village? Chen Shang also suddenly thought that after Lu Munger and the others entered the village, they would definitely be treated very highly. After all, they could easily kill the protruding people, and their strength would surely be able to shock the high level of the lost souls. But how did Yu Xiaoxiao, a little farm girl, come into contact with Shui Shenxian and their big sisters? Auntie Fang, have you been in contact with them? What the **** is going on? Chen Shang has left the Patriarch's villa, but he is still in the city of the lost souls. It's complicated to say. Originally, Sister Lu and the others helped us, and also made the Patriarch group of guys sign a soul contract. They asked them to hand over the lost souls to us, but who knows that those guys can unlock their souls? Contract. Fang Qing said. Chen Shang hid in a garden in the city, took a break, and also understood what Shui Shenxian and the others were doing here. Sister Munger, have they helped you? Shen Shang asked. Our group of people is to resist the lost souls. And we have a secret that we don't lose memory. We haven't figured out the reason yet, but we know what to do so that we don't lose memory. Fang Qing said. It is to extract a burst of energy from our soul, and then inject it into the soul of others. How many of you don't have memory loss? Chen Shang was also very curious, because this is most likely a way to unlock the secret of the curse. We only have more than 200 people here. And they have all been arrested. Fang Qing sighed. If the soul contract is not unlocked by those guys, we can now take over the entire lost soul race. For so many years, did they use some people to do business with convex people? Chen Shang said again. If it is people with defective souls, they will be sent outside for stocking. When they grow up, they will be arranged to be given to the bulging people. Fang Qing said. The bulging people will also use some useless bulges. People exchange. Sure enough, Chen Shang sighed. I saw that you are all women. Did they arrest you to have children? We lost souls do not give birth to children by women. Children are born by men. Fang Qing said. A man can conceive a child by eating a kind of fruit. Generally, after adulthood, he will give birth to a child every year. Chen Shang frowned. He was not surprised at the matter of a man having a child. The previous Tianmao, a man could also have a child. The Yan Qing he knew passed the heavenly nightmare altar to get pregnant and gave birth to dozens of them. Xiao Xiao's father, is it really dead? Chen Shang asked again. Yes, he is worthless. He and I are not a real husband and wife, but I was assigned to his house to take care of his children. Fang Qing sighed. I always regard him as my younger brother. He after giving birth to Xiao Xiao, because it has not been possible to conceive for many years, it was given to the protruding person. Chen Shang really did not expect that the situation of the lost souls would be so complicated. He guessed the general direction, but he didn't expect many details. For example, he thought that a woman would be held in one place, then subjected to various persecutions, and then conceive and give birth to children. But now it seems that it is a man who can conceive and give birth to children directly by eating special fruits, and he will have to be born every year. It is terrible. Actually, the lost soul race is dominated by women. Fang Qing said. The patriarch and a large group of senior leaders of the lost soul race are all women. Chen Shang was shocked again. But when he thinks about it, he feels that there is nothing wrong. After all, men give birth to children every year and give birth to a baby once, and they must be badly injured. Where are the black armored sword guards? They are also men. They don't have children. It feels a bit wasteful. Chen Shang suddenly remembered the black armored sword guards, who are strong and burly men. They were all castrated since they were young, and then grew up with special medicinal materials and were trained to become fighters. They have to take a medicine every once in a while, otherwise they will be uncomfortable. Fang Qing said again. By the way, Auntie Fang, when I entered the city before, I didn't seem to see any women. In the bustling places, most of them were men. Chen Shang said. It's because women are cultivating. They rarely walk around, and women are of extremely high status, and they rarely show up. Fang Qing said, the entire lost soul race is actually controlled by the patriarchs. Chen Shang only thinks this lost soul village is very weird. By the way, where did Sister Munger and the others go? How can I find them? Chen Shang said, I came here mainly to find out where they are. In fact, Chen Shang felt that Lu Munger and the others were able to come here, so they were definitely not weak in all aspects, so he was more at ease. I don't know how to find that place. I just know that that place is very dangerous. For the specific situation, you have to go to the patriarch. Fang Qing gritted his teeth and said, but it's not possible at all. Those ***** can't wait for Lu Big Sister and they go to die. Auntie Fang, didn't you say that I couldn't rescue you? I did it now. Chen Shang smiled. So there is nothing impossible, I will go to the patriarch. They are all women. It really hurts. Little brother, you can't beat them. They all master all kinds of sorcery and can easily fascinate you. Fang Qing sighed, don't rush to find them. Wait until I recover from my injury. You take the long view. All right, Chen Shang thought for a while. Before, he had not been able to kill the bulging man with a single stab, and he could not even leave the other side with a wound, and the soul lost race and the bulging man were of equal strength, so it must not be weak. Little brother, thank you very much for saving us. This time, we don't have any illusions, we just want to stay away from here. Fang Qing was a little frustrated and sighed. We originally wanted to save this cursed failure. Soul race, but those of the Patriarch refused to give up their power. You're welcome, you're welcome. For me, it's just a matter of effort. Chen Shang laughed. We have nothing to repay you, I'm really sorry. Fang Qing was very embarrassed, but Chen Shang saved a group of them, but they couldn't give Chen Shang anything. In fact, Chen Shang had already gained a lot, because he wanted to study the astral energy of Fang Qing and their souls to break the curse. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4611, Mirror Transformation. When he helps Fang Qing and the others solve the problems here, he can further discuss with them about the removal of the curse. Chen Shang suspected that the power of this curse was the same as the power of the curse that plagued the four great sages, otherwise it would not be so terrible. Sister Xiaojing suddenly told Chen Shang a good news that the 6 magic mirrors had been cultivated, and there seemed to be no change in appearance, but the improvement was very huge. She had already cultivated the 6 Dao Shenjing Cosmos map. Although it was only a very initial stage, it was stronger than the Aoshi Mountain and River map. Chen Shang couldn't experience it right now. After all, he was still in Lost Souls village. If he used it, it would definitely cause a big vision. With the completion of the training of the 6 Gods Mirror, Aoshi Shenlu was also tempered by Sister Xiaojing. Sister Xiaojing is the life soul of the 6 Dao Shenjing, and at the same time the life soul of the 6 Dao Shenjing, plus she is also very good at refining tools. Therefore, she used the Tian Muwanshi Ju to refine the 6 paths of God Mirror and Aoshi God Furnace, which also brought great enhancement. Before, Chen Shang had collected a large number of fragments of the ancient chaos device, and several damaged ancient chaos devices were integrated into the 6 sacred mirrors and the proud furnace, as well as the Qinglong 2 magic knife and the Baihu Jingyu fan. And the biggest improvement of the Aoshi Shenlu is not only to become much stronger, but also to have a double furnace core in the furnace. In other words, there are 2 areas within the Aoshi Shenlu that can make alchemy at the same time. In the past, Aoshi Shenlu could only refine one type of pill at the same time, but now that the double furnace core appeared inside, 2 different types of pill could be refined at the same time. This can make Chen Zhang's alchemy faster. In addition, Sister Xiaojing has also opened up an area inside the pill furnace, which is specially used to place time yuanju. After putting in the time yuanju, the speed of alchemy can be faster. Chen Shang really did not expect that Sister Xiaojing could bring him such a big surprise. He found a dilapidated and derelict old house in a relatively remote place in Lost Souls City, and he immediately used the Proud God Furnace to refine alchemy when he entered it. After trying it, Aoshi Shenlu's improvement is really great, alchemy is easier and faster than before. Chen Shang gave Fang Qing the healing pill he had cultivated, and he also asked Fang Qing to come out of the 6 magic mirrors. He carefully checked Sha Qing's injuries. The external injuries looked serious, and the invisible internal injuries were equally serious. Fortunately, her soul did not suffer much. Originally, Fang Qing thought that it would take a long time for her body to recover from her injuries, but she did not expect that she would recover very quickly after taking Shen Zhang's Shendan. Chen Shang is now making alchemy, and he has also added the power of the life element, and the healing rate of the healing pill is very fast. You're so amazing, the pill you get is better than what Sister Lu and the others gave. Fang Qing exclaimed. Although she didn't understand pill, she could take it and distinguish whether it was good or bad. Auntie Fang, do you have a good relationship with Munger and the others? Chen Shang asked. She originally wanted to invite us to join them, but we can't let go of the lost souls. Fang Qing sighed. Fortunately, Xiao Sao is fine, otherwise I will regret it very much. Xiao Sao is not an ordinary girl. Chen Shang said. You care about Xiao Sao. Although she is not your biological daughter, you have taken care of her for many years, and Xiao Sao's strength and talent are amazing. Yes, Xiao Sao is indeed different. Fang Qing nodded, but did not continue. She took out the towel and slowly wiped her newly recovered body. When Chen Shang rescued her, her whole body seemed to have been slashed by a knife. Nothing was good, and it was bloody. She ate Chen Zhang's pill, and as Chen Shang said, she ground a few pill into powder and applied it on the body. The wound healed quickly. But the whole body is full of dried blood. After all, she is a woman and cares more about her own image, let alone in front of Chen Shang. She wears very little, just a few simple pieces of cloth wrapped around her waist and upper body, revealing her pretty waist and slender thighs. Her swarthy skin is swarthy, healthy wheat-colored skin with a hint of wildness. Her appearance is ordinary, but she has a different allure to match her figure. Yi Tianshu's appearance is not amazing, but it is also very attractive. Fang Qing in front of her is the same. She has good facial features and not outstanding features, but she exudes a unique temperament, and she always wants to look at her more. In this way, Chen Shang looked at Fang Qing patiently. Fang Qing was not eager nor slow, tidying up her appearance, she was not too shy about Chen Shang. Auntie Fang, your internal injury has not fully recovered yet, Chen Shang said. My body is very strong. If it is injured, it is really difficult to recover. But your pill has sped up a lot. Fang Qing smiled lightly and said, don't call my Aunt Fang, maybe you are older than me. NS. I thought you were Xiao Xiao's biological mother before, and thought you were getting old. Chen Shang touched his nose and said with some embarrassment. I'm only more than 60 this year. And you, should be an old senior, right? Fang Qing smiled. You really can pretend to be tender, better than me. This made Chen Shang even more embarrassed, and he laughed a few times. You just call me Fang Qing. Fang Qing said. In fact, when she wiped her body just now, she had been looking at Chen Shang. After Chen Shang broke the youth curse, he grew up to become a young man, and now he is more handsome. His face has been specially shaped, so there will be a unique charm that makes him more popular with women. Fang Qing, why is Xiao Xiao so special? Chen Shang asked. Xiao Xiao's father, after giving birth to Xiao Xiao, he couldn't be pregnant again for nearly 10 years. Fang Qing said, after my investigation, I learned that Xiao Xiao's father ate very peculiar fruits when he was pregnant. Where is the peculiarity? Chen Shang asked. In the patriarch's villa, there are a total of 10 lost soul trees. The fruit growing on them, men will get pregnant if they eat them. Fang Qing said, originally, every tree would grow more than one fruit every year. But one year, one of the trees grew only one fruit, and after it was picked, that tree died. Which fruit did Xiao Xiao's father eat? Chen Shang asked. Not bad. Fang Qing said, in order to observe Xiao Xiao's father, they sent me to follow Xiao Xiao's father, and became Xiao Xiao's mother, raising Xiao Xiao. In that case, you originally ganged up with the patriarch and others. Chen Shang said in surprise. Yeah, Fang Qing nodded, what's the situation with Xiao Xiao? I haven't figured it out yet. Fang Qing, I want to find the patriarch quickly. Chen Shang said. After practicing the 6 magic mirrors, he was eager to try. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4612, Vision of Lost Souls. Fang Qing saw that Chen Shang was so anxious, she shook her head repeatedly and said, Big Brother Shen, you can't go now. Because you don't know them at all. If you have a conflict with them, you will easily suffer a lot if you are not familiar with them. When Chen Shang learned of the breakthrough of the 6 magic mirrors, he really wanted to try his power, and he was only more impulsive for a while. I know, I'm just talking, I don't really want to find the patriarch of lost souls right away. Chen Shang scratched his head and smiled. This Fang Qing called him directly as Big Brother Shen, which made him a little embarrassed, and Yu Xiaoxiao also called him his brother. Although Fang Qing is not Yu Xiaoxiao's biological mother, they are also a mother-daughter relationship after all. Girl Fang Qing, just call me Master Shen. Don't be Big Brother. Chen Shang gave a ha-ha. Yes, Xiao Xiao always calls you his elder brother, and I call you elder brother again, it seems a bit messy. Fang Qing smiled and nodded, and she could see that she was in a good mood now. I want to quickly learn about the patriarch of the lost soul race, and the strength of those powerhouses of the lost soul race. Chen Shang said, it's best to quickly ask Munger's sister and their whereabouts. I will make you familiar with the abilities of those as soon as possible. Fang Qing said, you are from outside. The people of the lost souls you have been in contact with so far, that is, Xiao Xiao and me. So you are lost to us. The soul clan knows nothing at all. Although Yu Xiao Xiao is also of the lost soul race, she is still too young, and her current strength is her innate strength, not the ability of the lost soul race. So, your method of the lost soul race is very powerful. Chen Shang asked. It's not that powerful, if you understand it better, you won't be defenseless when facing the methods of the lost souls. Fang Qing said. Chen Shang faced a lot of strong people, and they didn't know each other very well, and he did often suffer big losses. If you don't have enough power to crush the opponent, it's better to understand it first, so as not to be embarrassed by the beat. Talk about it. Chen Shang was also aroused by curiosity. It's hard for me to describe. I'll show it to you after a while. Fang Qing said, wait for me to rest. Okay. Chen Shang suddenly caught a weird look from Fang Qing's eyes. Master Shen, do you have a wife? Fang Qing asked suddenly. Yes. Chen Shang nodded. How many? Fang Qing asked again. Well, Chen Shang smiled happily, more than a few. Can't see it, Fang Qing muttered in a low voice. Girl Fang Qing, why are you asking about this? Chen Shang curled his lips and said, what is the marriage of your lost souls? Don't you marry a man? We don't get married. Fang Qing shook her head. In fact, we can also have children, but the conditions are very harsh, and we don't need a man to be able to give birth, but because we will be badly injured after giving birth, we are not born, and we lose our souls. The women of the clan have a strong soul by nature, so that they can suppress the men in the clan. That's it, Chen Shang smiled. Then why are you asking if I have a wife? If you have ever had a wife, you might be more calm when facing the method of the lost soul race. Fang Qing said. Why do you say that? Chen Shang thought for a while, but didn't quite understand what kind of method it was. You look at my eyes, I will let you see now. Fang Qing stared at Chen Shang, her eyes suddenly emitting a pale golden glow. Chen Shang had just met her gaze, only to feel that his eyes were blurred by the golden light. When his sight was restored, he was no longer in the dilapidated and abandoned hut, but in a very luxurious hall. He was sitting at the top of the hall. At this moment, he, dressed in gorgeous clothes, was lying on a chair covered with soft animal skins, with his head resting on the thighs of a beautiful white woman. Chen Shang was taken aback, and then he saw many extremely gorgeous women standing on both sides of the hall. They were all dressed in cool clothes, and they were all maids holding a lot of food and drink in their hands. In the middle of the hall, there is another group of beautiful women dancing, wearing lavender translucent tulle dresses, dancing very seductively. Chen Shang was immediately puzzled, and couldn't help but say, that's it. He thought what was the method of the lost soul race, it turned out to be such a method that made the soul fall into the illusion. He has rarely experienced this kind of method, but it is not unusual for him. However, he still thinks this method is quite powerful, because Fang Qing can trap him in an instant. He suddenly understood the lost soul of the lost soul race. Master Shen, your concentration is good. Fang Qing's voice suddenly came. Miss Fang Qing, is this method used by the lost soul patriarch? Chen Shang looked around and asked, it feels nothing great. Didn't you be brought into the illusion of soullessness by me in an instant? Isn't that great? Fang Qing's voice came. Chen Shang thought for a while, thinking that he should be able to break through this illusion of soullessness, and then he tried it, but he couldn't break it. It's really amazing, Chen Shang said. If the Patriarch of Lost Souls used it to you, your body outside should have been dismembered. After Fang Qing's voice was finished, Chen Shang suddenly felt a headache. It was dark in front of him, and when he opened his eyes, he saw Fang Qing's slightly triumphant smile. How do you feel? Fang Qing smiled slightly. I haven't really moved yet. Also, if the Lost Soul Patriarch casts the Lost Soul illusion on you, you will sink deeper. Then, everything about you will be affected by her. Master. Sink deeper. Chen Shang frowned. You also saw many women just now. They are all dressed in clothes. If they don't wear clothes, and if they embrace you, you might do something to them. Fang Qing asked, can you bear not touching them? Cut, what's the matter? Do you look down on me? Chen Shang laughed and said, I am least afraid that others will test my concentration. Really? Then I'm going to be true this time. Fang Qing looked at Chen Shang, her eyes flashed golden light as soon as her voice fell. Chen Shang was defensive this time, he immediately closed his eyes and used his powerful astral power to defend. He thought he had successfully resisted it, and when he opened his eyes, he was completely dumbfounded. This time, the scene has changed again. And the woman he faced was Fang Qing alone. Girl Fang Qing, it's almost done. Chen Shang took a deep breath, looked at the flimsy Fang Qing in front of him, and smiled, it doesn't have to be this way. Master Shen, you have failed again this time. You couldn't completely resist it, and even I can easily drag your soul into the illusion, then you will definitely not be able to stop the Lost Soul Patriarch. Fang Qing said. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4613, Fantasy Abyss. Chen Shang took a few deep breaths, and found that after entering this illusion of loss of soul, his thinking began to be affected. Especially after seeing Fang Qing, he started to think of each other in disorder. In addition, Fang Qing looked more temperamental than in reality, and she exuded a very seductive beauty. This kind of temptation is not charming, nor is it pure desire, but an indescribable innocence. Yes, Fang Qing looks like in reality, her hot figure and dark skin make her somewhat wild beauty. However, she now seems to be the incarnation of innocence and holiness. For some reason, Chen Shang suddenly thought, hoping that he could be purified by this woman. Fang Qing looked at Chen Shang with a pair of smart eyes and a soft smile, but she did not speak. Chen Shang began to struggle inside, with an impulse that was difficult to suppress. Fang Qing is right in front of him, it looks like she's at your fingertips. Chen Shang immediately realized that this is the illusion of lost souls at work, and now he can be regarded as learning the power of this illusion of lost souls. He knew this was a trap, and he knew that Fang Qing was deliberately tempting him, but Chen Shang couldn't help but come up with that thought. Shen Gongzi, you saved us. You saved Xiao Cao. If you didn't help us, our fate would be terrible. While talking, Fang Qing tidied up her thin clothes with a very elegant and beautiful posture. Chen Shang was at the extreme at this moment, he had never been dominated by impulse like this before, which made him suddenly feel terrified. At this moment, he felt that he was not a human being, just like a wild wolf because of excessive hunger. When people are hungry enough, they may eat people. At this moment, he seems to be facing such a test. This illusion of loss of soul is to release the evil thoughts that suppress people in the depths of the soul. Chen Shang looked at Fang Qing in front of him, and only felt that her gestures seemed to swallow his soul. Master Shen, you are my benefactor. And I may not be able to repay you for the rest of my life. Fang Qing stared at Chen Shang with sincere eyes, and said, I can only promise by my body. As she said, she hooked Chen Zhang's neck with both hands. At this moment, Chen Zhang's second soul sees killing Chelong suddenly heard a loud roar, shaking the entire illusion of loss of soul. Fang Qing let out an exclamation, and then dissipated. Chen Zhang's eyes went dark, and after opening his eyes, his consciousness returned to the real world. Good risk. Chen Shang looked at Fang Qing and said with a smile, Girl Fang Qing, am I making progress this time? Fang Qing's eyes were slightly resentful, she bit her lip lightly and looked at Chen Shang, silent. Girl Fang Qing, what's the matter? Did you hurt your soul just now? Chen Shang asked again. Not at all. Fang Qing sighed faintly, and said, Master Shen, you do have a set. I didn't expect you to be able to withstand it at the last minute. Hey, do I count as a pass? Chen Shang was quite proud, touched his nose, and smiled, I have a better chance of winning when I face that lost soul patriarch. No, you just barely managed to pass. Fang Qing pursed her lips, I haven't used any tricks just now. Otherwise, you won't be able to stop me at all. Girl Fang Qing, if I can't stop you, what would happen to us just now in the Lost Souls realm? Chen Shang suddenly became curious, and said, if, let's go to the last stage. If it were you and me, there would be no consequences. Fang Qing said softly, Master Shen, did I overdo it just now? It's true that some have passed. Chen Shang scratched his head and smiled, but it's all for my good. Are you testing me? If it is the patriarch of the lost soul, walk with you to the final stage in the lost soul illusion, your soul will be controlled by her. Fang Qing said, she will plant the lost soul seed in the depths of your soul to use control your soul. So it's so dangerous. Chen Shang frowned, by the way, illusory realm is usually used to deal with men, or is it used to deal with women? Men are very weak, and basically don't need to use such a clever technique. Fang Qing said, we are used to deal with women. Among the Lost Soul clan, there are many women who want to resist the Lost Soul patriarch. Chen Shang thought about that kind of scene for a moment, but thought it was a bit hot. Actually, it is very rare for you to get to that stage. Because among the men we have faced in the past, no one has ever gotten to that stage. Fang Qing said, before that, more women danced. Losing their souls is enough to make them lose their souls, without doing anything, they can directly control their souls. Is there a more advanced stage? Chen Shang asked. Of course there is. Fang Qing looked at Chen Shang and said, that is the third level illusion of lost souls. The third floor. Chen Shang frowned. The first floor is where many beautiful women dance. The second floor is you, and the third floor. Who will it be? It's not a fixed scene, nor is it a fixed person. It's just that the skills used are different. Fang Qing said, when I rest, I will use the third level of lost souls on you. Girl Fang Qing, you look tired. Chen Shang said, took out a few pills and handed them over, saying, this is to strengthen your soul. Thank you young Master Shen. After Fang Qing took it and ate it, she was astonished, because these few pills of pill recovered her soul quickly, and she had never been in contact with this kind of pill. She closed her eyes and sat quietly on a chair. Chen Shang looked at her and suddenly felt that she was almost the same as the one in Lost Souls. He also took advantage of this, and began to think about the soul-losing illusion, the method for the soul. If he can find the weakness, then he can break it. Chen Shang also closed his eyes and began to analyze and think, and then perform various simulations and analyses in his mind. Gradually, unconsciously, he realized an idea. After having thoughts, he suddenly wanted to try it right away, but after opening his eyes, he saw that Fang Qing was already asleep, and she slept very deeply. She fell asleep unsuspectingly. She wears so little clothes and sleeps so heavily, which shows that she is really at ease with Chen Shang. Chen Shang could only take out the 6 magic mirrors, took a picture of his handsome face, and exclaimed in his heart, it's really tiring to look good. I seem to have stolen the heart of a woman again. Brother, Miss Fang Qing is amazing. Little Mirror smiled. I feel that you can't survive the 3rd level of the Lost Souls illusion. Then you will not only lose your soul, you may lose your body. What are you talking about? Chen Shang scolded with a smile. Girl Jing, you are getting more and more dishonest. Brother, I've been with you for so many years. Even if I'm not honest, I was taken by you. Sister Xiao Jing giggled. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4614, The Power of the Spell. Fang Qing was resting. Chen Shang looked at her for a long time, and then walked outside the cabin. He was really a little scared to be alone with Fang Qing. Because Fang Qing's illusion method of losing souls was really terrifying, he hadn't found a way to restrain it yet. Especially Fang Qing can make him lose control, this is the most terrifying. Before he had difficulty, he relied on killing Chelong to block it. If he hadn't contacted Chelong NV in a hurry, he might have lost control in the illusion. Although Fang Qing faced Fang Qing after losing control, Chen Shang was still reluctant to be seen by her on his evil side. He meditated quietly outside the door. He had found a way before, but he was still not sure whether it would be useful, so he kept thinking about it in his mind to see if there is anything that needs improvement. Suddenly, he heard the chirping of a bird, and then immediately opened his eyes, and he did see a black crow on a tree not far away. It looks like a crow, but the call is very nice, and Chen Shang can see that this bird is very unusual at a glance. When he was going to catch the crow, Fang Qing suddenly woke up and walked out of the hut to the door. The crow immediately flew to Fang Qing's palm. Fang Qing's eyes suddenly flashed golden light. She was using the illusion of lost soul on this crow. Chen Shang was secretly shocked. He didn't expect that this illusion of lost soul could still be used against birds and beasts. Soon, Fang Qing ended the illusion of lost souls, and the crow flew away. That crow is specifically responsible for collecting information. Fang Qing frowned slightly, and said, I was reading urgent information just now. The Lost Soul Patriarch and the others have already sealed the city. That's for sure. So many of you suddenly disappeared, they must lock down the city for search. In their opinion, so many people must not be able to run too far, and they also bring so many children. Chen Shang said. It seems that we have to act as soon as possible. Fang Qing said. If you don't go to the Lost Soul Patriarch and take her down soon, maybe she will do a lot of things to Lost Soul Village. Fang Qing recovered a lot after eating the pill given by Chen Shang. Then shall we continue to practice Lost Soul's realm now? Chen Shang asked. That's for sure. If you can't even break my Lost Soul illusion, then you definitely can't break the Lost Soul Patriarch. Fang Qing said. How far can I find the Patriarch of Lost Souls? Chen Shang looked at the 6 divine mirrors in his hand. He wanted to use the 6 divine mirrors to push it directly, regardless of the illusion of lost souls. As long as you are not dragged into the illusion of lost souls by me. Fang Qing said. Or after you are dragged into the illusion of lost souls, you can break open in an instant. So you have to learn how to resist me. With that, golden light began to appear in her eyes. Chen Shang yelled, directly exploded his own soul energy, and formed a heavy shield to protect his first and second soul sea. He even closed his eyes tightly, but the golden light appeared in his mind. After the golden light flashed, he was drawn into her illusion of loss by Fang Qing again. This time he was lying on the bed, and Fang Qing was lying beside him. The most frightening thing is that his hands and feet are tied to the bed, and he can't move. Girl Fang Qing, you don't have to be like this. You sacrificed too much. Chen Shang looked at Fang Qing's enchanted face and couldn't help but yelled, really, it's almost done, I have a better way. Quote. He really did not expect that Fang Qing could directly drag him into this illusion. Master Shen, maybe I am selfish. Fang Qing smiled softly, stretched out her hand to caress Chen Zhang's handsome face, and said softly, I can't talk about sacrifice, but it's me, isn't it a bit impolite? Occupy you in this way. What the hell? Chen Shang was stunned. What suddenly occurred to him, the people of the Lost Soul race were all powerful women. In other words, Fang Qing had long been attracted to him, and wanted to possess him. Are all the Lost Souls lie to me? Chen Shang was a little dazed. Not really, I don't want a beauty like you to face the Lost Soul Patriarch. If you are seen by her, she will do everything she can to take you as her own. Fang Qing said, and then kissed Chen Shang. The roar of killing Chelong suddenly came. However, Fang Qing was prepared this time and strengthened the illusion of lost souls, so it was not like the last time. Chen Shang understood that entering the Lost Soul village by himself is equivalent to a little lamb breaking into the wolf's nest. In the eyes of those hooligans, he is a great beauty who wants to take him as his own. And she is Fang Qing's lifesaver, she actually used some means to achieve this goal. Chen Shang comforted himself, this was just an illusion, not real. However, he has very real feelings. I don't know how long it has passed. After Chen Shang woke up, he found himself lying on a bed in the abandoned hut. Fang Qing lay beside him, wiping with a knife in her hand, and said seriously, Shen Lang, from now on, you will be mine. Wait, don't you want to train me to deal with the Lost Soul illusion? How did it develop into this? Chen Shang couldn't think of such a result. It's me who is not good, it's that I'm thinking about it. I really can't control myself. Fang Qing put down the knife in her hand, then got out of bed and put on clothes. Are you going to face the Lost Soul Patriarch by yourself? Chen Shang also hurriedly got up. He remembered that he was clearly in the illusion, how could it be like this in reality? Yeah, today, I must have a break with her. Fang Qing closed her eyes and sighed softly. Shen Lang, I can have an experience with you, I die without regret. Take care of Xiao Cao. Before me I also told them many things. Take them away from this ghost place. What do you mean? I'm leaving. Chen Shang had dealt with many women, but it was the first time he encountered a woman who was so difficult to figure out. Well, you go, Fang Qing said, I'm going to kill the Patriarch of Lost Souls. As long as she is still alive, there will be no peace in Lost Souls village. I want to go with you. Chen Shang shouted, hey, sleep well. Fang Qing smiled, as if comforting a little lover, which made Chen Shang feel very bad. Chen Shang looked at Fang Qing, and suddenly saw a golden light in her eyes. He immediately entered the illusion of loss of soul. He was the only one, still lying on the bed, unable to move. Shen Lang, I hope I can meet you again in the next life. You are my savior, but I treat you this way. I am really sorry for you. After Fang Qing's voice came, the entire illusion of lost souls suddenly became terribly quiet, and she walked away. Outrageous. Do you look down on me? Chen Shang struggled, but couldn't get rid of it. Brother, this may be the power of the spell. Sister Xiaojing's voice came, and said, she should have mastered the power of the spell, so it makes you feel so powerless. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4615, Fang Qing's Arrangement. Chen Zhang's cultivation base has improved a lot, and he can directly crush the 5 forces. However, after he entered the southern fallen forest, he was puzzled to the extreme. First of all, he encountered the group of protruding people who used their necks to block his knives, which brought him a big blow. And now Fang Qing met with just a look in his eyes, and he was subdued. Is this the power of the curse? The power of the curse that even the 4 great sages can't get rid of. Chen Shang suddenly understood that the lost souls and bulging people he encountered when he entered the southern fallen forest. Although they did not have any cultivation skills, they used the power of the spell. However, they were also defeated by the power of the spell. People with lost souls will lose their memory, and people with protruding heads will die early. He suddenly wondered whether the 4 great sages also became stronger because of the power of the curse, but at the same time they were backlashed by the power of the curse. Brother, you really lost your life. Sister Xiaojing smiled. How does it feel? Don't make fun of me. Chen Shang curled his lips and said, hurry up and help me find a way. Fang Qing is still too young, the lost soul patriarch she faces must be a scheming guy. Chen Shang felt that the lost soul patriarch must know some secrets of the power of the spell, and he must be more clever than Fang Qing in the use of the power of the spell. Fang Qing went to find her now, didn't she throw herself into the trap? Brother, why did Fang Qing go to the lost soul patriarch? Her current injury should not be completely healed, why is she so anxious? Sister Xiao Jing suddenly felt very suspicious. It's true, she has no reason to rush to find the lost patriarch. Chen Shang frowned. Does she have any handle in the lost patriarch's hand? Or is it that the lost patriarch has some trump cards in his hand, and then threatens she's going back? He remembered that the crow flew to send a message before, and it was most likely that Fang Qing had suddenly received some message. Brother, Fang Qing's illusion on your soul will make your soul mistaken for being trapped. I can't help but wait for her illusion to subside. Sister Xiaojing said, I tried it. But you are lying on the bed like a dead man. Chen Shang struggled very hard, but he couldn't control his body at all. His soul and body were separated by a strange force, causing his current soul and body to be temporarily separated and unable to establish contact. Sister Jing, ask Xiao Sao. Ask Xiao Sao to ask other girls. Shen Shang said. Okay, I'll ask right away. Sister Xiaojing immediately contacted Xiao Sao. Chen Shang anxiously waited. More than half an hour later, Sister Xiaojing was very disappointed and said, Brother, Xiao Sao asked many girls, but they are tight-lipped. It seems that their relationship with Fang Qing is not simple. What's not simple? Chen Shang asked. Aren't they Fang Qing's subordinates? Not only subordinates, I feel. They are all Fang Qing's women. You are Fang Qing's people just like them, they are your sisters. Little Jing Xiaojing smiled. Don't make trouble, talk about serious matters. Chen Shang felt so big when he thought of this, and Fang Qing actually entrusted all her women to him. What the asterisk is this? It seems that you are now Fang Qing's harem. She entrusted so many sisters to you, this little villain, she really trusted you too much. Little mirror sister giggled. Girl Jing, you tell them all the things that happened between me and Fang Qing not long ago, and see how they react. Chen Shang wanted to see what the relationship between these women and Fang Qing was. Sister Xiaojing immediately followed suit and went to communicate with those women. Soon, Sister Xiaojing got what Chen Shang wanted to know. They all seem a little surprised. Little Mirror said. Moreover, they all said they would treat you as a good sister. What? You will be one of them from now on. They are all Fang Qing's wife and concubine, because you saved them, they also recognized you as the eldest wife. Go to his uncle's eldest wife, I'm Chen Shang, but a man. Chen Shang was also dumbfounded now, and then he remembered that Fang Qing called him a beauty, and his body couldn't help but get goosebumps. Brother, they said, wait patiently. The illusion of lost souls will disperse on their own. Little Mirror said. They are not willing to help you out immediately. I have to say that Fang Qing does have a set. Listen to Fang Qing. Let me talk to them. Chen Shang didn't want to touch them before, because thinking of those women made him big head. Especially the women in Lost Soul Village are very scary to him, he can't wait to have never been to such a place. He had no choice but to communicate with them now. I'm Chen Shang. Under the guidance of Little Mirror's sister, Chen Zhang's voice spread into a room inside the Six Gods Mirror. There were 10 beautiful women sitting in it. After hearing Chen Zhang's voice, they all looked at each other. At the beginning, it was Chen Shang who opened the heavy iron gate to release them, so they all remembered Chen Shang. They knew that this was their benefactor, and they knew how to make alchemy and saved Fang Qing. Shen Lang, please say. A woman smiled softly. Don't be polite with us, Qing's sister has entrusted us to you, and I will ask Shen Lang to take care of us in the future. Ladies, Fang Qing, she is going to die now, don't you know? Chen Shang said seriously. I want to save them, you quickly find a way to get me out of the illusion of lost souls. No, Sister Qing told us. The woman shook her head. She has arranged it a long time ago. Chen Shang frowned. Yes, she said that she would find a way to make you her person, saying that you are trustworthy, and then she would go to the Patriarch of Lost Souls to make a decision on her own. Another woman said. Do you know that she is going to find the Patriarch of Lost Souls? She will die, Chen Shang said. We know, so we can't let you save her. The woman looked sad and sighed. She has made so many sacrifices over the years, hoping that we can escape the village of lost souls. If you follow along, you too all be trapped. You are wrong. If she falls into the hands of the lost soul patriarch, we will not be able to escape. Chen Shang said suddenly, although I can save you, my strength is limited. That kind of illusion. Chen Shang saw the group of women become silent, and continued, girl Fangqing fell into the hands of the lost patriarch. After the lost patriarch swallowed her soul, she knew everything about Fangqing, and then joined forces with the protruding patriarch to arrest me. Yes, we won't be able to escape by then. What we have to do now is to get Sister Fangqing back, and then we will discuss it in the long term. Little Jing said, you think Brother Shen is too strong, you can go. Ask Xiao Cao, Brother Shen was almost shot to death by her. He can't even handle Xiao Cao as a little girl. They have all heard Yu Xiao Cao say about this. Although Yu Xiao Cao was talented and born strong, Chen Shang was indeed too weak, and was almost shot by Yu Xiao Cao. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4616, Crazy Woman. Fangqing's 10 sisters started to think about it when they heard Chen Shang say this, and then discussed with each other. They didn't want to die, nor did they want Fangqing to die. But Fangqing went to find the lost soul patriarch desperately now, it didn't seem to make any sense. Chen Shang also couldn't understand why Fangqing wanted to fight the lost soul patriarch, what kind of and deep enmity is there between them? Shen Lang, what are we going to do now? A woman asked. Girl, you look like their eldest sister, what's your name? Chen Shang asked. My name is Qingyu, the woman said. Then you quickly find a way to help me get out of this illusion as soon as possible. This way I can find girl Fangqing faster. Chen Shang said. If you don't hurry up, everything is too late. I am also trying to save your Fangqing. Ah, don't you all love her? When Chen Shang saw these women in depression, he continued, do you still remember how she was tortured before? I rescued her. After you were rescued by me, the lost patriarchs would definitely be very angry. If she falls into the hands of the lost soul patriarch, the consequences can be imagined. Qingyu was moved by Chen Shang and started to panic. Sister Qingyu, what should we do now? Are you really going to help Shen Lang get out of the lost soul realm? But, Sister Qing told us. Girl, she may not be right. Chen Shang said again, I'm really angry. I worked so hard to rescue her, and then just go to die like this. I even threw you to me. Annoyed, she forcibly took possession of me, Chen Shang didn't want to be responsible for so many people either. Qingyu and the 10 others might be just a part of Fangqing's women, and she might still have a lot of women. Chen Shang had a headache when he thought of it, so he had to save Fangqing back so that he could get rid of this big burden. Qingyu and the others were finally moved by Chen Shang under Chen Zhang's soft and hard bubbling. The 6 divine mirrors were on Chen Zhang's body, and now they emerged, and then the 10 of Qingyu and the others were released. I saw them sitting next to Chen Shang, and then they all looked at Chen Shang, and their eyes gradually released golden light. Chen Shang was lying on a big bed in a spacious room in the illusion of lost souls, and he was also tied up. After Qingyu and the others had done their work, he suddenly saw 10 beautiful and tall beauties appear. They all surrounded Chen Shang and started to do their work. Before long, the power that bound Chen Shang disappeared. He was finally able to move in the illusion of lost souls, and then looked at these 10 beauties and smiled. You are so beautiful, so much more beautiful than girl Fangqing. Shen Lang, don't say that. Sister Qing is better than us in all aspects. Qingyu said with a slight smile. When Qingyu and the others saw Chen Shang again, they were quite happy, with their beautiful big eyes. When they stared at Chen Shang, their eyes sparkled, and Chen Zhang's heart was lost. Before Chen Shang rescued them, they only met Chen Shang in a hurry. At that time, they thought Chen Shang was very handsome. They had never seen such a man in Lost Souls village. In addition, Chen Shang is not only handsome, but also knows how to make alchemy and has the ability to rescue them, which is very powerful. It's not that they don't like men, but men in Lost Souls village are inherently weak, so they have never seen a strong man, so they can only admire that kind of strong woman, and rely on strong women to seek survival and access to resources. Sisters, let me out quickly. Chen Shang looked around and said helplessly, I'm still in the illusion of lost souls. Shen Lang, you have to promise us that after rescuing Sister Qing, you are not allowed to abandon Sister Qing and us. Qingyu suddenly went up and took Chen Zhang's hand. Then when the other women saw them, they all came up to tear Chen Shang, softly begging Chen Shang not to abandon them. They could all vaguely feel that Chen Shang wanted to find Fangqing back, most likely he just didn't want to take them with him. Chen Shang was extremely depressed. He didn't expect that his peach blossom luck was so prosperous, and now he looked like a big peach blossom robbery. Okay, I promise you. Chen Shang really had no choice but to temporarily agree, saying, but you all have to listen to my arrangements. I will arrange you in the future. After seeing Chen Zhang's promise, Qingyu and the others also felt relieved, and then began to exert their power to help Chen Shang escape the illusion of loss of soul. After going out, these women of the lost soul race hugged Chen Shang again, and then returned to the six-god mirror. Big brother Shen Lang, how are you feeling now? Little mirror sister giggled. Big brother Shen Lang, you are such a gentle and considerate beauty. Girl Jing, stop making trouble. Help me follow Fang Qing, the dead girl. Chen Shang must find face in Fang Qing's place. He lived such a big life, the first time someone said he was a beauty, he couldn't swallow this breath. Under the cultivation of Sister Xiaojing, the 6 magic mirrors have evolved even more powerfully, and now they also have the ability to track. The 6 gods mirror had been in contact with Fang Qing before, so she could record Fang Qing's scent and various energy fluctuations on her body, and then could follow the remaining faint smell and energy fluctuations to track Fang Qing's whereabouts. It's like a dog's sense of smell. Chen Shang knew very well that he had to chase after Shang Qing quickly. He could feel that Fang Qing was going to die with the group of lost soul patriarchs, and he didn't know what the feast was between them. Girl Qingyu, what exactly is the festival between Fang Qing and the lost patriarch? She seems to have done everything to kill the lost patriarch, isn't it? Chen Shang took the 6 divine mirrors and flew in the air, and then asked Sunny Moon. Sister Qing had an elder sister who was taken away by the patriarch of the lost souls and died. Although the patriarch of the lost souls was a woman, she was very cruel to her own woman. She was included in the harem. Will die miserably, Qingyu sighed. The lost soul patriarch is a woman, then does she really like women? Chen Shang asked curiously. You are all so beautiful, didn't that crazy woman look at you? She doesn't like us. The patriarch of lost souls only likes a very special kind of woman. Qingyu said. Sister Qing's sister, for example, is born with a very cold and arrogant temperament. In short, it is the kind that is very cold. Quote. This patriarch of lost souls is really a crazy woman. Chen Shang frowned, it should be difficult to deal with. Chen Shang just wanted to find Fang Qing and take her away. He didn't face the lost soul patriarch for the time being. The ghost knew what terrible means this mad woman had. And he believes that Fang Qing is not just for revenge, there must be other reasons. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4617, Fantasy Soul Fu. Through the tracking ability of the 6 god mirrors, Chen Shang quickly returned to the great mountain villa of the lost patriarch. As soon as he entered, he felt something was wrong. There is a very strange smell everywhere here, the smell is indescribable, neither fragrant nor smelly, but when it smells, it feels a faint smell. When inhaling this smell, Chen Shang would feel that the pores all over his body were shrinking. What the asterisk is this? What a weird smell. Chen Shang realized that this strange smell was dangerous, so he hurriedly carried out various self-protection to prevent the smell from infiltrating his body and soul. Then he contacted Qingyu in the mirror of the 6 gods and told Qingyu about the smell he smelled. After Qingyu listened, she was shocked. What's wrong with Qingyu girl? Chen Shang heard Qingyu's exclamation. Shen Lang, go quickly. Qingyu yelled in the 6 Dao divine mirror. The smell is very dangerous, it is emitted by the head of the lost soul. Danger, tell me what's going on. Chen Shang hurriedly asked. I'm here now, I can't just leave like this. This smell will enter the soul, and then it will ignite the soul, which is very scary. Qingyu said in fear, the lost soul patriarch is going to kill a lot of people. She must have used this trick to kill a lot of people. Fang Qing was rescued by Chen Shang, and it was normal for the lost soul clan leader to become angry, but she is killing all her own people now. She used this trick in her own villa, isn't she just killing her own person? Chen Shang asked in doubt. I don't feel anything enters the soul right now, it's fine for the time being. Sister Qing must have entered the villa and assassinated a lot of people. Qingyu said. Sister Qing's illusion of lost soul has a special soul gift, which can swallow the soul of others through the illusion of lost soul. The lost soul illusion realm also has a soul fu. Chen Shang said in surprise, saying that the lost soul illusion realm also has a soul fu. Regarding the research on soul fu, Chen Shang is also relatively confused now, because there are many states of existence of soul fu. For example, his mind has clear eyes, and now his soul is present in a very peculiar state. In order to prevent Sister Qing from devouring other people's souls, the Patriarch of Lost Souls used this trick to kill other people in the villa on a large scale. This is normal, Qing Yu said. Shen Lang, go quickly, how far can you run? How far away? Sister Qing is dead. Fang Qing is still alive. Chen Shang said. My tracking device can perceive that she is alive. But, if you go on, your soul will be ignited. Qing Yu was so anxious that she almost cried. Chen Shang followed the 6 magic mirrors and continued to track Fang Qing. Qing Yu's worries were unnecessary, and the scent that drifted away was blocked by Chen Shang, and did not penetrate into his soul. Before long, he came to a large lake in the villa and saw a small island in the middle of the lake. There are 2 women standing on the island, one of them is Fang Qing. When Chen Shang saw the other woman's face clearly, he was shocked, because the other woman looked exactly like Fang Qing. However, the temperaments of the 2 are different, and he can judge which is Fang Qing at a glance. And the other person with the same appearance as Fang Qing should be the Lost Soul Patriarch. Her whole body exudes fierce and viciousness, and she can feel a vicious yin force penetrate into her heart just by touching her eyes. The Lost Soul Patriarch suddenly turned his head and looked at Chen Shang. When her eyes came over, Chen Shang couldn't help but step back, and felt the whole body covered by a cold, stinky sense of fear. Even his soul seemed to be torn apart. Chen Lang, why are you here? The moment he saw Chen Shang, Fang Qing burst into tears like an emotional breakdown, and cried out loudly, why are you here? Why are you here? Go, you, hurry up. I'm here to save you. Chen Shang shouted, you can't save it. Fang Qing suddenly knelt on her knees, showing that she had suffered a serious internal injury. After seeing Chen Shang, she completely broke down. Fang Qing, you didn't let me down. Before you died, you brought me such a beautiful baby, ha 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 ha. The Lost Soul Patriarch laughed wildly, it's great, great. A real man, what an excellent male slave. As soon as her voice fell, she flashed in front of Chen Shang. She stared at Chen Shang, revealing an extremely hungry look, and at the same time her eyes were full of viciousness, making Chen Zhang's heart hairy. He's mine. Fang Qing, who was on the island in the lake, sneered and said with a sorrowful smile, I have used what I have used, do you want to use it too? Chen Shang was dumbfounded. What is the relationship between Fang Qing and the Lost Patriarch? Why do they look so alike? How about you used it? Now, I'm going to let you watch how I ravaged him, ha ha ha. The eyes of the Lost Soul Patriarch suddenly flashed with golden light. This is the way to drag people into the illusion of loss of soul. Chen Shang resisted this to the extreme. Just when he was ready to enter the illusion of loss of soul, he found that he was still sober and still in reality. The Patriarch of Lost Souls couldn't drag him into the illusion of lost souls. Chen Shang was pleasantly surprised, and at the same time feeling very puzzled, because the lost soul illusion of the Lost Soul Patriarch is obviously much stronger than Fang Qing, why can't he be dragged into the lost soul illusion? Even Fang Qing was stunned, she could see that Chen Shang had not been dragged into the illusion of loss of soul. Fang Qing did want to train Chen Shang before to see if he could learn how to resist entering the illusion of soullessness. But after she tried several times, Chen Shang failed to resist, so she completely gave up the idea of training Chen Shang, and then took Chen Shang down by the way, and tasted the taste of a man. In Fang Qing's view, Chen Shang couldn't even resist her illusion of lost soul, and it was even more impossible to resist the Patriarch of Lost Soul. Bitch! Chen Shang slapped him, fanning the Lost Soul Patriarch to the ground. After the Lost Soul Patriarch fell to the ground, he sat up, then covered his face, looking at Chen Shang in astonishment. The man in front of him couldn't be dragged into the illusion of soullessness by her, what is going on? You, come in for me. Not only the eyes of the Lost Soul Patriarch shined this time, but also a strong golden light appeared from the center of his eyebrows. I can see Chen Zhang's whole person, all covered by a cloud of golden light. Fang Qing was desperate again, because she knew very well that the Lost Soul Patriarch was doing his best to display the Lost Soul illusion this time. You know, this level of Lost Soul's illusion is generally used to deal with many people, can instantly drag a large number of people into Lost Soul's illusion, and then kill their souls inside. Poisonous woman, don't mess around, it's useless. Chen Shang sneered, then slapped him again, knocking the Lost Soul Patriarch into a tree. Even Chen Shang himself didn't figure out what was going on. He had studied the illusion of lost souls before, and realized a relatively vague thinking of confrontation, but later because of being dragged into the illusion of lost souls by Fang Qing one after another, he did not continue to study. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4618, Enchantment Yuanju. Just now, after seeing the Lost Soul Patriarch use the Lost Soul Illusion Realm, Chen Shang desperately tried to resist the previous method of the Lost Soul Illusion Realm. Unexpectedly, he would succeed in a try, but he still didn't understand why it succeeded. You know, when facing Fang Qing before, it was useless at all. The Lost Soul Patriarch was terrified and looked at Chen Shang with wide eyes. She was in a panic at the moment. She couldn't believe that her dreamland of lost souls actually failed. And it still doesn't work for men. You know, the illusion of loss of soul is the easiest way for a man to fall into it. If it is a woman, after training, it can resist her illusion of loss of soul once or twice. But no matter what, it will eventually be dragged into the illusion of loss of soul. However, she just used her strongest method of losing souls, but she still did not drag Chen Shang into lost souls. Impossible! The Lost Soul Patriarch roared loudly, his eyes bursting with golden light again. Chen Shang still hasn't been dragged into the illusion of soullessness by her, which makes her completely desperate. Your tricks won't work for me anymore. Chen Shang sneered, and then he used to violently beat the Lost Soul Patriarch. The Lost Soul Patriarch and Fang Qing have the same looks, but she is not beautiful or attractive in Shen Zhang's eyes. Fang Qing's appearance is relatively ordinary, but she has a unique temperament that makes her look very attractive. Therefore, Chen Shang would not be merciful because the head of the Lost Soul and Fang Qing looked the same. Shen Lang, let me end her personally. Fang Qing shouted suddenly. She was very excited now. She had never seen the Patriarch of Lost Souls so embarrassed, but she was beaten like this by her man. She also couldn't understand why Chen Shang could resist the Lost Soul illusion of the Lost Soul Patriarch. Okay, Chen Shang had already beaten the Lost Soul Patriarch to the head. Bitch, you dare! What are you going to do? The Lost Soul Patriarch's eyes flashed suddenly, and she asked Fang Qing to use Lost Soul illusion. However, Chen Shang suddenly stood in front of Fang Qing, blocking the illusion of Lost Soul displayed by the Lost Soul Patriarch. You villain, go to death. Fang Qing also displayed the illusion of Lost Souls, her eyes twinkling golden light. After the scream of the Lost Soul Patriarch, his body was burned by golden flames. It can be seen that the soul power that Fang Qing released just now is burning the soul of the Lost Soul Patriarch. Moreover, Fang Qing was still devouring at this time. All the golden energy burned into by the Lost Patriarch was absorbed and merged. Fang Qing, who was still badly injured just now, quickly recovered after devouring the Lost Soul Patriarch. After she stood up, she looked up at the sky and sighed, from now on, there will be no lost souls. Chen Shang looked around and found that this huge city had been enveloped by the special smell released by the Lost Soul Patriarch. Just now, everyone in the Lost Souls village had their souls burned, and they were all absorbed by the Lost Souls Patriarch. But after the Patriarch of Lost Souls absorbed the souls of so many people, he still failed to drag Chen Shang into the illusion of lost souls. Chen Shang also sighed. He didn't expect that when he was fighting the Lost Soul Patriarch, she would slaughter the whole village silently. Is it over? Chen Shang said. Is your Lost Soul village really gone? It's not over yet. The power of the spell that bothers us has not been found. Fang Qing shook her head, and said, as long as the power of the spell is still there, we will be entangled in the spell forever. By the way, Fang Qing, I want to know where Sister Munger and the others have gone, but the Patriarch of the Lost Soul is dead. Chen Shang sighed. It doesn't matter, I swallowed her, I can read her memory. Fang Qing came to Chen Shang, took his hand, and said, you help me and destroy all the trees here. Fang Qing said before that there is a special kind of fruit in Lost Soul Village, which a man will get pregnant after eating it. Chen Shang followed Fang Qing, found these big trees, and threw them all into the Aoshi God furnace to burn them. Sister Xiaojing has made a surprising discovery. There is a very strange power remaining in the big trees, which may be the power of the spell. Finally, Chen Shang used the Aoshi Shen furnace to refine the power of the spell into a bead, and then under the research of Sister Xiaojing, she was able to inspire the bead through the 6 divine mirrors. Brother, maybe you can use the power of this bead to resist the power of the spell. Sister Xiaojing smiled. Fang Qing didn't know that Chen Shang had done these things in secret. She swallowed the lost soul patriarch and made her very tired during the process of refining, so she could only return to the 6 divine mirrors and be with Qingyu and the others. After communicating with Qingyu, she knew that Chen Shang had touched Qingyu and the others, so Chen Shang went to rescue her. Chen Shang is still in Lost Soul Village. He is looking for something, because Sister Xiao Jing sensed that Lost Soul Village exudes the same curse power through that charm Yuanju. Fang Qing, why does the patriarch of the Lost Soul look the same as you? What is your relationship with her? Are you twin sisters? Chen Shang asked Fang Qing in the 6 paths of Divine Mirror. Fang Qing is also resting quietly now. The reason why she looks the same as me is because she imitated my appearance. She was not like this. Fang Qing sighed, I don't know why, she wants to be like me. So it's like this. Chen Shang said, I probably know why. Why? Fang Qing asked hurriedly, because she was really confused about it. Don't you know that your own appearance has a very peculiar charm? Chen Shang said. She should want to become your appearance and try to see if you can have your special charm. Really? I don't know, no one has ever told me. Fang Qing took out the mirror and looked at it. In her opinion, her appearance was indeed ordinary. This may be the soul of your lost soul illusion. Chen Shang said. Your soul must not only have the ability to swallow, but also what other abilities? I don't know much about soul fu. Fang Qing shook her head and said, Shen Lang, I really thank you this time. I underestimated you. By the way, how did you resist the illusion of lost soul? I don't know yet. After you rest well, I have to test with you. Chen Shang flew in the air, and he came to the back mountain of the big mountain villa. Judging from the reaction of that magic spell Yuanju, something is hidden in this mountain. Shen Lang, what are you doing now? You have to take a good rest too. You must have been very tired just now. Fang Qing said. Well, I'm taking a break. Chen Shang didn't tell Fang Qing what she was doing, lest she be messed up again. Although Chen Shang can resist the lost soul illusion of the lost soul patriarch, he does not guarantee that he can resist Fang Qing's lost soul illusion. As long as Fang Qing is trapped in the illusion of loss of soul and not let her run out, then there is no need to worry about being dragged into the illusion of loss of soul by her. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4619, Curse Table. For Chen Shang, as long as Fang Qing doesn't appear in front of him, then he doesn't have to worry about being led into the illusion of loss by her again. Chen Shang is now afraid of lost souls, because after entering, he is like a little lamb, to be slaughtered. Although he can resist the lost soul illusion of the lost soul patriarch, he has no confidence to resist Fang Qing's lost soul illusion. He didn't want to try again, because every time he entered Fang Qing's illusion of lost soul, his shadow would be deeper. Therefore, he had to find a way to restrict Fang Qing, or stay away from her. It's just not possible right now, because Chen Shang still needs her to help find Shui Shenxian and the others. If you find Shui Shenxian and the others, plus Shang Qing's relationship with them, you might be able to dump Fang Qing and the others to Lu Menger and the others. Thinking of this, Chen Shang suddenly relaxed a lot. After all, he couldn't help but kick Fang Qing and the others directly, so he still had to settle them down. Fang Qing didn't know what Chen Shang was thinking, but she could feel that Chen Shang was a little bit against her. This was something she didn't want to see. In fact, she also knew very well that she had had so many things with Chen Shang in that way, and how many things would be counterproductive. Fang Qing felt that going to the Lost Soul Patriarch might be a dead end, so she used that method to make Chen Shang her man. She also wanted to apologize to Chen Shang, but she didn't know how to speak. She was worried that Chen Shang would dislike her even more. Fang Qing thought Chen Shang was resting, so she didn't bother Chen Shang for the time being. Of course, Chen Shang didn't rest. He came to the big mountain villa of the Lost Soul Patriarch, and came to the big mountain behind. He flew around the mountain, but did not find the entrance of the cave. However, the magic spell Yuanju in his hand, the inner magic power fluctuated very strongly. Brother, the movement of cursed Yuanju is very loud. Little Jing said, what's in it? I don't know. Chen Shang shook his head, and then asked, Sister Jing, can you sense what's inside? No, I can't sense anything, Sister Xiao Jing said. Brother, can you see anything with your heart and eyes? I can't see. When Chen Shang flew around this mountain just now, he kept his eyes open to see, but he saw nothing. Could it be that you want to open this mountain? Chen Shang looked at this villa, and found that the mountain was indeed a bit strange, as it didn't seem to be here in the first place. As this mountain moved from behind, Sister Xiao Jing said. I don't know, I'll try to see if I can blow it away. Chen Shang flew farther, and then condensed a burst of flame energy, blasting it far away. The strange thing is that when the flame hit the mountain wall, it was a raging fire at first, but it was quickly absorbed by the mountain. Also, the flame should have exploded, but it didn't. How is this going? Suddenly, Chen Shang didn't dare to approach this mountain. Then he moved a huge stone from other places, controlled the stone to float in the air, and fell from a high altitude. The stone fell on the top of the mountain and exploded directly, but the mountain was not damaged. Sure enough, there is something weird. Chen Shang then controlled a long sword to fly over. This sword is the divine sword he snatched from the enemy, it is very strong. However, when this flying thorn passed, it didn't even leave a trace on the wall of that mountain. When this sword pierced the mountain wall, it made a noise, but the sword was not damaged. Brother, this mountain is indeed terrible. Little Mirror said, I just use the power of my soul to perceive it, and I only feel that there is a terrifying power in it. Chen Shang hesitated, and finally contacted Fang Qing of the 6 Magic Mirror. Fang Qing, what's the matter with the mountain behind the Patriarch Villa? Chen Shang said. What did you find? Fang Qing seemed surprised. It was obvious that she knew something. I can feel what is hidden under that mountain. Chen Shang also didn't say that he had the charm Yuanju in his hand. Shen Lang, you quickly leave Lost Soul Village. Fang Qing hurriedly shouted. Under that mountain, you better stay away. What the asterisk is there? Chen Shang asked curiously, because he thought it had something to do with the power of the spell, so he wanted to figure it out. I don't know, Fang Qing said. According to what I learned from the memory of the Patriarch's soul, she was also very afraid of the things under the mountain. She had wanted to stay away for many years, but she could not escape. Quote. Chen Shang suddenly felt that the trees in Lost Soul Village that allowed men to give birth to children should have been released from the things under that mountain. Is it really dangerous? Chen Shang didn't want to leave. Yeah, there is a mountain of this kind on the side of Jueran. Fang Qing said, Shen Lang, listen to me, go quickly. I'll be careful, Chen Shang said. Fang Qing, I can feel it. It has a deep connection with the power of the spell. I have to figure out what's going on. Fang Qing also knew that it was useless to persuade Chen Shang now. She gradually realized that Chen Shang was not a person who could persuade him at all, and that he would not listen to her at all. If Chen Shang listened to her before and was obediently in the illusion of lost souls, then he would not save her. Then you have to be careful. Fang Qing said, in the memory of the Lost Soul Patriarch, there are not too many secrets about that mountain. I only know that she had entered that mountain. How did she get in? Chen Shang asked. From the top of the mountain. Fang Qing said. She thought of a way to get herself out of the high air, and then fell directly to the top of the mountain so that she could get in. Really, it feels a bit dangerous. Chen Shang had experienced the horror of this mountain before, and he was worried that if he fell directly, there would be any damage. Yes, so I advise you to stay away from this mountain. Fang Qing said. In the memory of the lost patriarch, it seems that there are people in this mountain. The whole clan was cursed. It seems to be saying, what kind of curse platform is this mountain? Fang Qing thought of some more, and then told Chen Shang. The curse station, that's so interesting. Chen Shang now decided to try and fall from a high altitude to see if he could enter the mountain. He flew up to the sky, then, as Fang Qing said, aimed at the top of the mountain and fell down. Fang Qing was also very worried in the 6 Dao mirror, and hoped that Chen Shang would be safe. In the process of falling, Chen Shang felt very strange, because he did not feel that he fell quickly, and found that he had fallen into a spatial channel during the process of falling. It's amazing, Chen Shang secretly exclaimed, and at the same time he heightened his vigilance so as not to get hurt. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4620, Body Furnace. Chen Shang was sure that he had just entered a peculiar space passage, and that space was located inside the mountain. He is still not sure how this formed. If it formed naturally, it would be very scary. If it is artificially constructed, it is still within an acceptable range for Chen Shang. Shen Lang, where are you at this time? Fang Qing in the 6 mirrors wanted to know the current situation of Chen Shang. I'm in that mountain, Chen Shang said. The way I got inside the mountain was to fall from a high altitude. I didn't expect it to work. What's inside? Fang Qing asked. I don't know, it's dark all around, and everything I step on is soft. Chen Shang squatted down and touched his feet. It was not mud. He wanted to use light to illuminate, but found that the light would be swallowed by darkness, and the energy he stepped on was also dark. When the lost soul patriarch went in before, it was not like this. Fang Qing said, I checked her memory, there should be a white stone table inside, it should be a curse table. The white curse platform, Chen Shang frowned, as the patriarch of lost souls entering here, is all around him dark. No, Fang Qing said, when she entered, there was a red light inside. Maybe the white curse table is still there, but I can't see it. Chen Shang said, because of this black space, the light will be absorbed, and it will not shine far away. At this time, Sister Xiaojing reminded Chen Shang and said, Brother, you can let the charm Yuanju come out and have a look. Chen Shang had always taken out the magic element beads before. When he jumped down, he was worried about any unexpected situation, so he put the magic element beads away. He took out the cursed yuan beads now, and found that the cursed yuan beads suddenly burst out with a very mysterious red light. This kind of light can illuminate the quartet, and instantly dye this black space into a monster red. Soon, Chen Shang saw a white table. This table is very peculiar. It is triangular and has only 3 corners. It is not very big. It is just big enough for one person to sit on. Is this the curse platform? Chen Shang told Fang Qing what he saw. The curse table that the lost soul patriarch has seen before is like this. Fang Qing said. Did the patriarch of lost souls do anything to this curse platform? Chen Shang continued to ask. He was using his heart to see clearly, but he couldn't see anything. She didn't do anything, just sat next to the curse table, and unknowingly, she was sent to the top of the mountain. Fang Qing said, since then, she has never been in again. After Chen Shang approached the curse platform, he circled and observed carefully. The shape of the curse table is very simple. It looks like a thick triangular white board on top, and each corner is supported by a white triangular pillar. Chen Shang watched very carefully, not missing a single detail, but could not see anything. The curse table was pure white, with no lines on the surface, and he used his mind to detect it, and he couldn't see any energy fluctuations. He also used 6 magic mirrors to illuminate and project energy, but there was no response. Brother, I have a bold idea. Sister Xiaojing said, maybe it can make the curse table respond. Talk about it, Shen Shang said. You used the 6 god mirror to irradiate it, and you released a strong energy that was absorbed by the curse table. Little mirror said, what is the energy absorbed by the curse table? Where will it go? Yes. It's a small spell station, and it doesn't seem to be connected to anything, so energy might be stored in it. Chen Shang said. The 6 magic mirrors look very small, and they can also absorb and swallow a lot of energy. Sister Xiaojing smiled. So, this curse table looks very difficult, so I think. What do you want? Chen Shang said with a smile. Girl Jing, do you want to swallow this curse platform? Yeah, I plan to swallow the curse table through the 6 gods mirror. The material of this thing is very special, maybe it can bring a big change to the 6 gods mirror. The little mirror smiled and said, Brother, what do you think? Sample. You can give it a try. Chen Shang thought for a while, and then shook his head. However, I am worried that it will be dangerous. After all, we don't understand this thing. Brother, how about you try the strength of this thing first? Little mirror said. Good. Chen Shang took out the Qinglong 2 demon knife, took a deep breath, circulated the 6 elements of his body, and then smashed it vigorously against the white curse table. Boom! Suddenly a burst of strong red light broke out from the curse platform, sending Chen Shang flying away. What? Chen Shang also let out a scream, then fell to the ground. The clothes on his body were destroyed by the red light just now, and the skin of his body, at this moment, seemed to be corroded by red energy. His strong muscles seemed to suddenly become translucent, with a kind of red energy flowing inside. Brother, what's the matter? Sister Xiaojing shouted in surprise. I got upper body, Chen Shang said solemnly. There is something in the curse table, which entered my body in an instant. What is it? Sister Xiaojing asked hurriedly. Girl mirror, get bigger, I want to sit on the mirror. I want to fight that thing. Chen Shang hurriedly said. The 6 magic mirrors quickly grew larger. Chen Shang stood on it, and then sat cross-legged on the mirror. He also hurriedly cut off the connection between himself and the 6 magic mirrors. Because he can sense that thing is entering his soul. Subsequently, Chen Shang released the proud god furnace again. Sister Xiaojing was in a hurry, because she had made the idea for Chen Shang to move the cursed table, but she did not expect to provoke such a terrible thing. Brother, are you okay? I blame it all on me. Sister Xiaojing blamed herself. Don't blame you, that thing has been lurking. It finds the right time to hit me. Even if I don't attack, I will be attacked sooner or later, Chen Shang said. To deal with this kind of unknown stuff that enters his body, and it is still an energy body, Chen Shang also has a very clear way to deal with it. That is to turn one's body into a pill furnace, and then use the heavenly refinement technique to use the body as the furnace to refine that energy into a pill. This is based on the fact that Chen Shang has completely integrated with the heavenly refining technique, so he can only think of it and do it. Not long after he just started, he felt that energy of the curse station wanted to escape. Don't want to run, Chen Shang sneered. You should be a cursed spirit, right? The Ao Shi Shen furnace suddenly became bigger, and the 6 gods' mirrors carried Chen Shang to levitate and entered the Ao Shi Shen furnace. Chen Zhang's own body is a body furnace, and in the Ao Shi Shen furnace, the cursed spirit is now in the furnace.